For the second time in 2 days, a Trump-appointed federal judge in Oregon, United States District Judge Karen Immergut, delivered a blow to the president's effort to send National Guard troops into Portland, temporarily blocking the deployment of National Guard members from anywhere in the United States to the city. Deputy Assistant Attorney General Eric Hamilton's argument was rejected faster than a 21-year-old woman at a Jeffrey Epstein massage party. A paper published in Environmental Research found a major pollutant from mining fossil fuels, sulfur dioxide, has been linked to an increased risk of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, according to new research. RFK Jr. reportedly said, "No fair researching. Searching once is bad enough, but researching is overkill." Harvard University can be sued by families alleging it mishandled the bodies of loved ones donated to its medical school and whose parts were then sold on the black market by the former manager of its morgue, Massachusetts top court ruled on Monday. A representative for Harvard said, "The corpses didn't seem to mind." This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for October 7th, 2025. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Mind Dog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Yeah.
Can I get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Let's not be all that bright. Wow, why is it bright?
Damn good coffee and hot.
Hot coffee.
Mind Dog is your mind's best friend.
And this?
Mind Dog is your mind's best friend.
And this?
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
All right. That's not bad. Oh, look at that. All right. Good morning, folks. It is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. There's just one last thing I would like to say. And that's yes, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, dystopia is another sleepy Tuesday in dystopia. It just never ends. I mean, it's got to end sometime. One interesting thing to note, I don't know if you noted it, but I'm going to tell you about it, and then you can note it. You got a little note thing? Yeah, you could just write down a little note about this. Fox News, Jesse Waters. He's a squatter water. Got caught because he thinks his audience just has no memory. And listen, his loyal audience probably has no fucking brain cells, no memory whatsoever. But the people who hate him, who monitor him just so they can get social media content, they have a memory. And so Jesse Waters has been putting on people wearing a mask and saying I'm an immigrant. I'm an illegal immigrant. I'm a member of Trendo de Malanga, Malanga, Manga, Banga, Brazil. I got tattoos or something. Whatever. I don't know who they are. But he has a guy on saying, I'm a gang member. I'm here illegally. I rape women and I sell drugs. And then a year and a half later, he has the same guy on with the same mask saying, yeah, I'm Antifa. I'm in Portland. I'm burning the place down. And people remember that and catch him. And now he looks kind of silly. Well, he always looked kind of silly. But I don't know how he's going to, you know what? They have no shame. He's just going to go on the air and act like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's not the same guy. Look, this guy's got a mask and this guy's got a different mask. Look, the hat. He changed his hat. I mean, he's got a different hat. Can't be the same guy. But it's the same guy. They have pictures of him. I'm not going to go dig them out and show them. We do have a guest for you today, Rhonda Handsome, which, by the way, was my drag queen name in college, my freshman year in college, Rhonda Handsome. It's a memory I don't like to relive too often, but I just did. Anyway, this is GD's doing, so he's in charge of it. It's all his thing. I didn't know. I was sleeping. I get emails. I'm like, fuck God, what is he talking about? What? Oh, we have a show. I hate a show. I don't want a show. I'm giving up a show. This is 991, I believe. We're like limping to 1,000. And what happens after that? 1,000 years of peace and tranquility. Yeah, right. Anyway, so Rhonda Hanson, we're going to be talking politics. A lot of politics today. Balev, if you chime in, I'm going to send Rhonda Hanson to your house because no, you're a Fox News addict. That's what you are. You're a Fox News parrot. Oh, both sides. And we can't have that. If I wanted a parrot, I'd get a box of crackers in a cage. That's what I would do. I'm sorry. I'm just in a bad mood. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Maybe I should take some coffee and drop in a little Mind Bloom or something.
Mind Bloom is helping people achieve life-changing clinical and personal breakthroughs, alchemizing both the psychedelic medication, psychiatric care from psychiatric clinicians, coaches, we call psychedelic guides, and a lot of content, meditations, and programs into this really transformational experience that, because it's delivered at home, costs a lot less and is a lot more convenient for people to receive.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Antifa. Matt Napple has left the studio for a minute. I'm just Antifa, just being here. In the room with me now, a man who is not part of Antifa. He's actually Trendelagawamba or something. Trendelagawanga or something. GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. It's day 7 of our Coffee with the Dog government shutdown advent calendar.
Oh, I'm back.
What do we have today? Let's look and see. Look what the government gave us on day 7. Wow.
We're bird hunting.
New every day in your government shutdown advent calendar. Get yours while they last. And if we don't have any when you go to minddogtv.com/merch, pick up something else as long as you're there.
Right.
MindDogTV.com. Enjoy the suffering and support your local mercenaries.
Buy shit. In other words, just buy shit. But it's interesting. We're hunting birds today that fly directly over. That's a nice thing to do. Bird. Did you know how big chicken poop is? It's like the size of dog poop, but it's not dog poop. It's chicken poop. It's kind
different consistency too.
Yeah, it's more like. Let's pick it up and play with it. No, I don't want.
It's like almost like Play-Doh. It's like lumpy Play-Doh.
That's it.
It's Play-Doh over easy.
Deer leave these tiny little pellets, and deer are like 300 pounds. Whatever.
Yeah.
And they're little rabbit pellets, and these chickens are like living like Saint Bernard plops all over the place. It's like I don't know. So. Downside, and they're not even on chicken. So imagine having to clean up poop constantly from animals that aren't even your animals.
I guess it's almost like being a grandmother or a father. No,
Or a host
I'm
of a
not
digital
changing this
broadcast.
diaper here. I'm not changing this diaper here. Go to your mom. Yeah, that's what that's like.
Yeah.
So I hear.
So
I've
what
never had.
happens? What
Yeah.
happens? You sit up and you think, I gotta get a get, and then at like 2 o'clock in the morning, you say, I'll call Rhonda and see if I can get Rhonda to come on the show.
Well, technically, I didn't call her. I almost called her, but at the time I thought about it. It was kind of. I thought that she wouldn't be my friend anymore if I called her that late in the evening. I did,
Oh.
and yeah, and I actually value our friendship, even though I'm a terrible friend. I treat her more like a relative than I do a friend, which means I call her like once a year or something, or a drunk dialer or something like that.
Boy, it
So
must be
I
nice to be her.
apologize for treating her like family and not like a friend.
Yeah.
But what happened? See, what had happened was I caught her on the radio, and she's on a show with John Fugelsang. It's called don't John Fugelsang. It's called Tell Me Everything. Tell Me Anything. Tell Me Anything. I believe. If I'm wrong, she can correct me, or it could be Tell Me Everything. Tell Me Everything. That's it. So, and she corrected me. See, that's what I said. That's what friends do. Friends don't let friends talk drunk.
I correct you every single day. You get angry and you throw shit and you break shit. I'm sorry.
Well, that's different. That's different. I like Rhonda. So as I'm saying, that's how I'm saying before I was interrupted by apparently the cripple on the show where there's the cripple and the black guy. I was listening to her talk on Tell Me Everything, and she has a book. I've shared on my Facebook page that she had a book with his last name is Williams, I believe. I think it's Keith Williams. And again, she can correct me if I'm wrong. Keith Williams, they have a book out. And the book is doing very well. They're just about out of their first publication. The publisher won't print a second, whatever it's called, the second round, the second printing. They won't do it. And so that's why I brought her on. I want her to talk about real cancel culture, not that fake shit that those conservatives talk about. And maybe people can put pressure on her publisher and say, hey, look, bitch, we want more copies. Or maybe there's another publisher who'll say, hey, Rhonda, we'll take your book. We're not afraid. We ain't scared. So something like that can happen. So, and that's why I reached out to her last night, because I heard her on the radio. And also she gave a shout out to Elizabeth Croydon because Elizabeth showed her tits on Facebook. I show my tits all the time, and not once has Rhonda ever gave me a shout out on the radio. And I mean, the worst she's ever done was sent me like a vomit emoji. Okay, that's it. But anyway,
vomit emoji. Wow.
Yeah, a vomit emoji. I didn't know they had those.
That was my name, my nickname in my sophomore year in college. Vomit emoji. I never knew why they gave me that name.
See, well,
I just want to clear something up.
Yes.
Just because I never get out of this chair doesn't mean I can't get out of this chair. So it's not the cripple.
You're not a Steven.
Yeah, it's not the black guy and the cripple, or the cripple and the black guy. It's Mr.
Jackie was the one who called the show "The Cripple and the Black Guy."
I know he did, but he's wrong. I'm not a cripple. I can get out of this chair if there was weed over there. I would get out of this chair.
Or if somebody approached you with spinach, you'd get out of that chair.
You got any? Before we bring Rhonda in, you got any witty observations on Maskgate? I'm Antifa.
No, because I don't see.
You can't tell it's me, right?
No, I can't. I can't tell it's you. Wait a minute. Did you have a
gang
manicure?
Member. I'm a gang member. Hold on.
Did you get a?
I'm Antifa. I'm Antifa.
Antifa don't get manicures. You got a manicure.
Oh well, that's a long story.
Antifa can't afford manicures because they're terrorists.
I told you. I'm
bombs.
still my drag name happens to be Rhonda Handsome. Rhonda, no, Rhonda, you got kind of a 5 o'clock shadow. That was really what it was. But the manicure is not bad.
I didn't want to mention this to you, but I will because we're live.
Yeah.
I think your mustache is uneven. I think you took a little bit more.
No, it's my face. My face is uneven.
Okay.
How's
I was
that?
trying to. Okay. It looks like Pablo Picasso shaved your mustache for you, but
now Picasso.
Yeah.
Spanish, right? Not Italian.
I don't know. I guess it depends on the holiday. Which answer will get me?
I was just thinking
This
because
is the question. This is the
Joe,
question men always ask. This is the question that men ask all the time. What answer will get me laid?
Oh well, I'm not gonna do that.
So the question is Picasso, Italian or Spanish? And the answer is
Joe List was in a museum of art, and he was like, all these great artists are Italian, and he saw Picasso, and it said that he was Spanish, and he said that's wrong. Picasso, he's Italian, and they're all Italian, and he went and argued with the curator of the museum. She was like, Pablo. Oh yeah, I guess he's Spanish. I don't know. You could be an Italian guy named Pablo, right? Maybe.
Sure, you could be. I mean, I know black people who have names that are not black, so to speak.
Like Matt. There's no black guy named Matt.
Actually, I do know. I know a woman. Well, I don't know the woman. I know her kids, and all of her kids, their first name are all royalty. So it'd be like King so and so, Prince so and so, Duke so and so. I don't know where she got that from or why, but what answer will get me laid? So I'm going to, speaking of my dear friend Rhonda Handsome, I'm going to bring her in. Like I said, I've known her for years. We're both Politipod alum. She's been doing comedy longer than most people I know. She's open for all kinds of people. Aretha Franklin, Anita Baker. She's on John Fugasane's Tell Me Everything. She has a book, which I can't remember the name of the title. Damn it. But she's here to talk about her book and comedy and politics and whatever else the fuck she wants to, because damn it, she's Rhonda Handsome.
Oh. Good morning, Rhonda. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Oh, this is very exciting. I'm having coffee with the dog. This is just wonderful.
All right, we just got you here to ask you for favors because I understand you have an in with John Fugelsang. And listen,
that's not why I called her. No, that's not why I did it. Matter of fact, that's why I almost didn't do it, because I didn't want her to think I was exploiting it, because she gave a shout out to Elizabeth Croydon on national radio just because she showed her tits. So I just brought her on here so you and I can show our tits.
What?
I brought her on so you and I can show our tits so she can give us a shout out.
Elizabeth showed her yabos?
Yeah, you gotta check out her Facebook page. She actually did that, and she said, make sure that John knows this is what's happening when I'm listening to him on the radio.
Holy moly! Wow.
It's quite exciting over there at Sirius XM. I do every Monday night, #Handsome Monday, with John on Tell Me Everything. It's on Sirius XM Progress, channel 127. And I join him around 10 o'clock. He comes on at 9, and I join him a little after 10 every Monday night. And we've been doing this for some time. He's a great guy, and I'm very happy for him. His book, Separation of Church and Hate, is now on the Times bestseller list, whereas my book, my coloring book, my very exciting political cartoon coloring book, has been restricted by the person I thought would be printing up the copies. And I was a little upset. I have to say it came as a shock that they said I would be restricted. And the speech that they gave me is very similar to the way we are spoken to, we are addressed on social media when they want to suspend you or end your account. They'll just say something very vague and general, like community guidelines or family values or something like that, but not tell you specifically what was the specific offense. I remember one time on Instagram, I had put up a picture of a statue of Mahalia Jackson, a drawing of Mahalia Jackson, and I don't know what they thought it was. It was probably AI was hallucinating looking at Mahalia Jackson, and I got suspended for that. One time I got suspended for posting a Throwback Thursday picture of myself, like on my fourth or fifth birthday, just sitting there looking all cute and angelic. So but they don't tell you what the exact offense is because it's a damn robot. It's a robot making the decision.
Well, I know what the
I
second
think I
one
know
was.
what it is. I think
the
I know what
second
it
one
is.
The second one is you were looking angelic, and everybody knows there's no such thing as little black angels. So you can't guess what that was. That's
I
like
think
having a black
Megan
Jesus. You
Kelly
can't have a
knows
black
that.
Jesus and a black angel. What's next? A black God? Come on.
Oh wow, that's scary, huh?
Yeah.
Did you skip over Black Santa Claus? Did you skip over? You skipped over that, didn't you?
Well, slippery slopes. So, Rhonda, that's why they got you for that one. But the
I
other
think I
one,
know
I
what
don't
it
know.
is. I think I know what it is.
Oh, Mahalia Jackson sang like an angel. There we go. That's what it is.
You don't care what it is.
But Politunitics is really such a wonderful gift idea, and this is what I was gearing up for. That I want to have a little gift bundle for the holiday season, for the gift giving season of color pencils and the coloring book. What it is really very artistically drawn, classically drawn cartoons. My collaborator, my illustrating collaborator is Scott Williams, and thank you for mentioning him. It's not Keith, but Scott Williams, who draws in what I think is like such a classic style, but we're dealing with current political topics. And they instead of having an art collection, I decided to put it into a coloring book. And I'm telling you, the first time I spoke about this, I was on stage at a cabaret show here in New York City at Pangea. I showed it to everyone, and before I could get off the stage, people were buying it. And I was so thrilled that this was the reaction because Scott Williams and I have been working on the cartoons for quite some time. And this was my original idea of what I wanted to do. And before I could get off the stage at Pangea, the copies were being sold, and they were being picked up from they were being ordered from my website, rondahandsome.com. And everything was just fantastic. And so I said, okay, well, the holiday gift season will be coming up. Let me get prepared. And I went in and placed my order. And then yesterday I got gobsmacked. I got blindsided by someone in management calling me to say my order had been restricted. And
this is by the printing company or Amazon, or who
it was the printing company. I don't know yet if I want to say who they are.
Yeah, so you can't find another printer, because I would
think see, this is the thing. It just happened yesterday. Of course, I can find another printer, but I want to understand precisely what was the issue so that I don't run into that again. Yes, I can go someplace else, but you have to understand it takes me a while to wrap my brain, my woman of a certain age brain, around accomplishing certain tasks. I mean, we all have these to-do lists, and this was one of them. And then to feel like, oh, I got that task taken care of, and then to get a call yesterday afternoon telling me I had been restricted was quite the shock. I know there are alternatives, and I'll have to figure out different places to go. But this, for me, is the censorship of the present administration actually in process. This hits home personally to me. It is censorship. My political cartoons, thank you for displaying the front of Politunitics there, where Putin is giving the Republican Party an award for destroying democracy. We have cartoons in there like the Declaration of Independence, where the fathers of our country are standing on rugs of their slaves
Let me interrupt for 1 second, because I want to do this, if this is okay. Matt, if you can move the book.
Why?
If you can move the book, I can put some of these pictures up here that Rhonda's talking about.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just, because while you were talking, I was Googling this. You're not allowed to use the likeness of a state leader unless you have written permission of the actual person to use their likeness on the cover of a book. So that I think that's the reason they're restricting you. Is they,
but wouldn't they know that before they do the first printing?
Maybe they didn't
Now
realize
see, and GD, I am so glad you said that. This is how corporations work. The person who called me had no idea they had already done my first run.
Right.
I mean, this is, and you know, and I want to thank your co-host for being on the side of the printing situation and explaining their reasoning when I'm trying to tell you that we're in a political state where making the statements that we are doing in politics is being censored. I don't think Putin is going to be giving me his imprimatur, his okay to have him on the front of our book. But the thing is, Putin is in the front of what is going on in the world right now, and so are a lot of the other people who are in the politics coloring book. There you have the Smithfield meat packing, where people were dying of COVID and being told to get back to work. We also have the one that I particularly love is a cartoon of Elon Musk, his son, and in Trump's Oval Office.
Oh yeah, I have that one.
If you remember when the son was in there talking smack to the president of the United States.
Yeah, right.
The son, and you could tell this was the sport. Oh, that's a great one. Barfoot, Bill Barr crushing the Bill of Rights there. So we've been working on these things for so long, and we wanted to get them out to people. And the politics coloring book. Oh, here's one. Killer Cops. There are people, like Candace Owens and Ben Carson who are okaying and are all right with the people, the authorities who kill innocent Black people. And this one is the Killer Cops.
I really like the way this one is done. It's done. It looks like like a playbill poster kind of.
Yeah.
I like the way I like Scott's work, and I can call him Scott because we've never met.
Absolutely, he's a great illustrator. He also does model. He puts together models of cartoon figures and superheroes. He can be commissioned to actually make models for people. He's also a great voiceover actor. But this is one of my favorites here with all skin folk and kin folk. This is us being thrown under the bus by some of the Black right wing, Black MAGA. But I want people to understand it's beyond cancel culture. We have almost slipped by the whole idea of free speech in America. This, that used to be one of the selling points of America, free speech. Whose Bible? You may remember the incident with Trump holding the Bible upside down while people were being shot at with rubber bullets so that he could have a photo op in front of that church in DC. These are all things, and the thing about it is there have been presidents in the past, in our lifetime, who have accepted being made fool of, being parodied, and this is you see the riot at the Capitol, contrasted with the Black people who actually built that building. I don't know if a lot of people know that actually the layout of DC was created by a Black person, was structured by a Black person, and Black people worked on the creation, the construction of the building. And on January 6th, that riot, where people were destroying and stealing and rioting, was done, by what I like is the contrast,
That's all I'm now digging at the noose is the separation between being built and being destroyed. And that, if you follow everything to the 1860 side is the black building side, or the blacks building it up, and everything to the 2021 side of basically the white nationalists trying to burn it down.
Yes, yes.
I'm just seeing that. That's really good.
Well,
commend you
and
both
thank
on
you
that.
for pointing that out. Our work, our political cartoons are nuanced. I mean, they are really so lovingly done by Scott. They are so beautifully illustrated. You can see the detail that he has put in
Yeah.
here. And then I do the concept, and I also write the captions. But his work. I said we have got to get this out to people, and I really appreciate your bringing me on to let people know that they can order it at rondahandsome.com. There is no D in handsome. It's like a handsome man without the D. You can make up your own dick joke.
Well, can a handsome man not have a D? I mean, that's just
No.
no.
Then he's not a man. He's a boy. He's something else.
But the Politunitics link is at rondahandsome.com, and also in my Linktree bios on social media. I am Rhonda Full on Instagram, and there's Rhonda Handsome Comedy on Facebook, and I'm also on Elon Musk's Spawn X. Now this is fascist. I don't know if you remember, there was a man in Buffalo who the authorities just threw down on the ground.
Right.
He wasn't even part of the demonstration.
Right. Part of what?
He wasn't part of the demonstration, but he was hurt, and now we have him pictured as Uncle Sam, who is destroyed there. And if you can read it, it's fascist in the background. And these are some of our older cartoons that I felt like we got to get this out to the people. And if you remember when DeJoy was trying to limit the possibility of voting by mail, and he went around just getting rid of mailboxes so that people could not do mail-in voting. This is DeJoy's joyride as the mailboxes are being chased away and destroyed. Yeah, DeJoy's joyride. And here is America. He says he's America's cheerleader, and there he is, over the homeless and COVID and all the woes that are in America, and yet he is cheerleading, and that's really his way. He no matter what the destruction is, no matter what the cruelty is, he finds a way to make it about himself, celebrating himself as doing something just so wonderful. This is one of my favorites. He says he's America's cheerleader.
Yeah.
And this is the last one I have. I took all of these off of your Facebook page.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this was Father Time kicking Baby New Year into the new year. This is, how long, Scott and I have been working together, and I love our collaboration because it really is a beautiful symmetry between my attempts at humor and political commentary and his extraordinary skill with his pencils.
All right. For the just for clarification, it says I've been looking this up. In order to republish or get somebody to print it, you need a disclaimer saying who the original photograph of that Putin character, where that
not a photograph. It's an original drawing.
It's a drawing, but it was a drawing inspired by a photograph.
I could say it's Putin. I don't. It doesn't have to be Putin. It could be Putin on there, and then that's totally irrelevant. Yes.
Unless they have already identified the photograph, which they think it was inspired the actual drawing, And then
Why am I getting the feeling that Mind Dog is on corporate side here? I don't
absolutely not.
He-
I have
no.
done this and dealt with. We don't give you an answer, and then you have to look up the answer and figure out the.
I should not have to look up the answer if you are restricting.
You shouldn't. This is a platform I've been on for a long time. That all these businesses need to have customer service, just like a small mom and pop business would, where you can call somebody up and say, "What's the problem? How do we fix it?" They don't have that
problem. How do we fix it? And that's what I'm asking from.
I just tell you. So basically, all you need is the artist, the Scott Williams, who drew it, to say, "This is the original. This was my inspiration for this. This is the photographer." Give him that credit. A little.
It's not photographs. It's not photographs. It is original stuff. And this is.
So he drew Putin from his mind.
Yes, he's a great illustrator. Yes, he is. Scott is a great illustrator. He does a lot of things from his mind, and I'm so glad to be working with him. And I'm also, thank you for mentioning our work on Politipod, which is actually different from Politunatics, my coloring book, and the political cartoons that I write. GD, you were I think the most prolific person on that podcast. I'm still participating with the Politipod crew, but the time that I was there with you, I was so impressed with your the amount of content that you produced. You did music, you did one-liners, you did sketches, and I want to say that it was really great having you as a colleague on that podcast, which is available on SoundCloud. And right now, the episode that's out now is my Real News, which I write and anchor, and that's news with a Z, Real News, and Politipod podcast is available on SoundCloud, and I really appreciate that even after you left Politipod, that we have been able to stay in touch, even if it's only your drunk dialing. I really I like the fact that we have stayed in touch. I've done several of your broadcasts, and and we do communicate on social media, and I appreciate your humor and your political stance, and thank you so much for bringing me on here to talk about my plight, which is real. There's so much that goes on in this world. There are people who have a mission and have have an idea that they're going to be ranting and raving about certain things, but there's something about it happening to you, you actually feeling that you are being targeted, that makes all the difference in the world. It's not abstract anymore. It's not out there in the world. It's actually happening to you. Someone saying you're restricted. And I want to tell you, I was really surprised. I have absorbed it, and I just want to have the corporation who is doing this tell me specifically what was the offensive, so that I don't run into this trouble anymore with corporations. So that's what I want from them. I want them to put it in writing so I have a paper trail. I'm not going to do research and make assumptions against my own forward movement. I want them to tell me what they see in what I'm doing that is offensive, because people who are aware of what is going on in this world, when they see Politunatics cartoons, they know we are dealing with real life stuff. We are dealing with real life stuff, and to keep from crying, we're trying to make fun of it with beautifully detailed cartoons and my commentary.
Yeah, well, I think you are. I appreciate what you're going through. I go through it almost every single day with this show. I have constantly battling that we're not going to give you an answer. And the community guidelines, that's the basic overhead. And basically, there's no details there on what you did.
It's a catch-all phrase.
But if you hold your breath waiting for them to give you a specific answer, you will die and nothing will ever...
No, I'm not holding my breath for them to give me a specific answer. What I'm going to do is, after I finish this, sharing time with you gentlemen, I'm going to go there and get my refund because I paid for my order, which was actually a reorder, and they are so unorganized or so stupid that they didn't even realize they had already done a run for us. So I'm not holding my breath for anything from them, but I am going to go get my money. I want my money.
Is that Jackie or is that Peter or is that Zin? Who is stand-up
Jackie,
memory?
Jackie knows Rhonda. Rhonda and Jackie know each other.
Okay, that would be Jackie Martling.
Oh, yeah, Jackie Martling. Where is he? What?
Stand-up memories. He's saying, "What's up, Rhonda?"
Jackie, I have got.
Guessing that's Jackie.
I have to tell you that Jackie Martling gave me my first gig on Long Island out at Governor's, and he still owes me money for it. He's another person who is prolific. He is like an encyclopedia of jokes. He was so kind to me when I was starting out. And actually, I worked with Jackie so often and with other comics out on Long Island that people actually thought I was a Long Island comic, and people, really. They don't understand the kind of camaraderie that the life that we lead and the way that we work engenders. But I will always give Jackie a shout out for believing in me and helping me get more gigs on Long Island when I was starting out. He's come on, that's one of his.
Now it's like, come on.
So love to Jackie Martling.
Now, Rhonda, I only have one favor to ask, and you don't have to do it. I've been trying to get Matt Nisanoff on this show to talk about Politipod for about 2 years, okay? And he hasn't done it. I don't know if he just doesn't like being on camera, and that's all he has to say, or if he just doesn't want to look at my beautiful face anymore. I don't know, but just tell him he can come on and promote Politipod.
I will.
And if he doesn't want to do it, say he can send one of the underlings. He can send one of the Toms, right?
One of the Toms. I love that. I am going to mention that to him because I don't think enough people actually know about the Politipod podcast. We have sketches, we have one-liners, we have My Real News with a Z, where I write and anchor that.
And elections every week.
And they do point out where there are elections every week, and they should listen, because sooner or later we won't even be having elections anymore. So people should be aware of it. But I will tell Matt Nisanoff to come on your broadcast, because he's been working on Politipod for quite some time, and I think they're going to do some other initiatives, and hopefully you can get him on here.
Well, our audience actually hates politics. They do. Well,
they tune in for science and cooking recipes.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Well, I'm good with the cooking recipes. I love cooking.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, because you brought up the possibility of canceled elections. How do you think the midterms, or do you think 2028? How do you think they're going to actually attempt to cancel elections or undo elections, or just put on a facade of an election, and how soon?
Both things can be true. I actually was surprised that what the things that are happening right now did not happen the first time that Trump was elected. Or selected, however that came about. But for this campaign, the man was quite clear. He said he was going to be a dictator on day one. And he came in signing a flurry of executive orders. He came in appointing people who had actually created the Project 2025 playbook, after saying he had never even heard of Project 2025, and yet he had the architects of it in his cabinet, in his administration. He said he didn't know about it. Like, remember the first time around, he said he had never heard of David Duke, who was supporting him. So the thing about it is, especially since things are moving so quickly, and he is employing the military against our people. It sounded to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounded to me like the enemy that our military, he's assigning our military to combat, is the people of the United States. So the
Not
thing
all
is,
of them, just the ones who disagree with him.
but see, and that's where the trick comes in, because the people who agree with him don't realize that they're going to get swept up along with everyone else. The people who agree with him are acting like they don't know.
First they came for the Jews.
They're
First they came for the Democrats. But that was not,
that they're going to be have higher prices, that they're not going to get the Epstein files released. And that's a good trick that he does. But and the thing about it, he is trying. They keep putting out things to tip over or to force us to go into martial law. And because that wasn't working, he's just going, okay, I'm going to send the military in here, or I'm going to send ICE in here. And people are masked and they don't have badges or name tags on. What I'm trying to say is it could happen any minute. We may not even have to wait for the elections. And I don't feel like I'm being hyperbolic. I feel
you're
like
not. You're not one bit.
He is working at warp speed. If you think he okayed the COVID medications at warp speed, he is working at warp speed to grift as much money as he can from universities, from networks, and from law offices. And he is working at warp speed to do the bidding of whoever is his overlord. But I feel like any minute we could have our elections canceled. I mean, even I think, didn't Giuliani want to extend his his mayoralty when we had the incident? They are not above seizing power. I mean, Richard Nixon, as early as Richard Nixon, he wanted an imperialist presidency, and he got pushed out because there were some Republicans who wanted to say to him, "Look, it's not a good look, man. You need a shave, get the sweat off your upper lip, and get the hell out of Dodge." But there's nobody in Trump's administration who could say anything to him to make him do something that he
or in the Republican Party, not just in his administration. Like in that one cartoon, you had Bill Barr there. Bill Barr, Mitch McConnell, all these people that could have stopped this. They said this wouldn't happen. They guaranteed us we were just blowing this up, that this wasn't who he was. But now that it is happening, they've gone missing in action. They have nothing to say about it. Mitch McConnell came out for a second there out of his whatever dementia coma he was in, and said this is wrong for America. But that was it. That's where he stopped short. So there's nobody in the Republican Party even calling him out on this, and that's where.
And you're absolutely right. And he has no loyalty to people in the party. He's jacking up Comey now. Comey made me crazy during the campaign. He had me on a roller coaster going on, and he's one of the reasons that I feel like if the entire election wasn't totally manipulated, he's one of the reasons why Trump won, because he came in. He was supposedly investigating both of them, but it only seemed like it was Hillary who had done something wrong. So, and now he's going after Comey. I mean, he has no loyalty, only to himself, and this kind of selfishness has taken off the patina of all of the so-called idealistic things about America. I know what America is really about. That I know that its foundation is on slavery and violence and corruption, but the thing is, the patina has completely gone, the patina of family values. We know that has no foundation. The patina of free speech. P.S. I'm the poster girl for that right now, having been restricted. All of the mythological ideals have now been done away with, and we are left with this raw supremacist the Christian nationalists are coming in. They want to have a Bible in every single classroom, And the thing about it is their leaders, their clerics are always being caught up in stings for a PDF file and sex scandals.
Right.
Now, I just want you to know, Rhonda, while you're talking, the Guinness Book of World Records just called me. They wanted you to know that you are the first Black woman to ever use patina on this show correctly. So they just wanted you to know that so we have this documented. It's
I'm not sure that's true. I'll have to go back through the archives and look.
Yeah, you can go back to the archives, but Guinness, they just called me.
And while you're checking on that, you might find out that Patina was my stripper name. So
well, also, the Guinness Book of World Records, they can't be trusted. I know this for a fact because we dealt with them when we were doing the Podathon. And they assured me that 40 hours was going to break the record. And then I looked it up, and it was 96 hours. Our friend John Pavaramo, who Rhonda might know because she's friends.
She does know him. They were talking.
I was on John's show with John last night. He was on last night, and actually, I was able to tell both of these white men with good hair, as I call them, both named John Fugelsang and John Pavaramo, that I am inspired by them, by John's book, Separation of Church and Hate, and John Pavaramo.
Pavaramo. You got to be a little more Italian.
Also has a coloring book, and both of them were inspiring for me, which is why I have put out the Paula Tuna Ticks coloring book, which is available at Rhonda Handsome.
Okay, I'll put the book back up now. He's done with his slides. Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you think Pavaramo dyes his hair black? Do you think? Because he's 40 years old now. He's got to have some gray in
I don't know if he dyes it, but it is thick and luxurious, and he should be a Breck shampoo person.
Right.
Now, we'll talk about Trump and what he's doing with the military, putting him in cities. And what came to my mind was, this is like the new Sophie's Choice. It's like an unsophisticated choice. He puts the military in there, and your choices are you fight the military, and so he can now bring about martial law, or you don't fight the military, and they just cart you off.
That was actually written out in Project 2025, this whole scenario of causing resistance to use it as an excuse to send the military in. So,
this is long from his playbook. He creates a situation and then says that he's the only one who can solve it. Well, he's the one who made it. I mean, he does this over and over again, so he can suck up the oxygen in the room daily, creating situations and then saying, he's the best, he's the one who can take care of it.
He's the arsonist and the firefighter.
Exactly.
How familiar are either one of you with the National Security Presidential Memorandum -7? No.
I had to by name. Nope. I don't know by name.
Why
here's what it is. Executive orders of and sending troops.
Okay, is this their replacement for an executive order? It's like a super duper executive order.
It has powers that the executive orders doesn't have.
Right.
So
because
in other words,
orders don't have power over the state.
With an executive order, the local police and the national security presidential memorandum, they need to enforce that. And what it comes out and says is, you're the enemy if you're not Christian enough. You're the enemy if you're not Republican enough. You're the enemy if you don't love America enough. And there is no definition like you're talking about with these corporations that just give you you violated community standards. There's no definition of what not America enough means. The only arbiter of that is Donald Trump to say, I don't think they're American enough. So basically, if you disagree with them at all, you are liable to get arrested without due process, without any trial, or he says you're not American enough, jail time, or do away with them.
We
I
could
was
get
familiar with the
arrested without
concept.
due process, even without that law. I mean, it's been going on for quite some time.
But
Yeah,
there
I was
was
familiar with
judicial
the concept. I
recourse.
didn't know what it
There
was
was
called.
judicial recourse, and that's why we see judges over saying he can't do certain things, and they fight that, and that goes on. With this, there is absolutely no resistance. There's no judicial recourse. There's no law enforcement recourse. If the FBI and CIA can just do what they want, and the local police can't even interfere in any
I
way.
think there's got to. Here's the rub, and this is what this is what the Trump administration is kind of good at. The people behind him, they find these zombie laws, these little niche things, but there's still, and this is the only salvation we have. And I hate to say this, that they are violating the spirit of the law and the spirit of the Constitution when they implement it and use it that way. That's the problem, because we still have as a people Fifth Amendment rights, Fourth Amendment rights against the search and seizure and stuff like that. And so these things that they're doing are trying to supplant the Constitution. Even though they're legal under certain circumstances, they're misusing the concept. So
I
this is where
agree,
the
but
legal.
there is there's no avenue to fight them anymore, because the courts can't even get involved. The law enforcement can't get involved. So who do you you're going to get the people out in the street with clubs and stuff against the National Guard?
Club sodas. If they use clubs, that's violence. But you use club sodas. Now it's just a Broadway sketch. It's vaudeville.
I don't think people realize how dire this is. Where you talk about dictatorship. This is full out North Korea style dictatorship.
Well, that is why I'm so glad that you have me on here, because I am speaking personally. This is not something that is abstract. This is something that has hit me personally. It is censorship, and it's a corporation bending to it. I don't think anybody from the White House came and said to them, don't publish this Politunatics coloring book by Rhonda Handsome. I think it is people are now capitulating before they feel like anything can be.
No doubt about it. That is the danger of cancel culture. Even if we take it back 1,000 steps to the comedy clubs scene, where if one guy gets his career damaged, the next person is not going to try that joke because they've been pre-stifled thinking of the consequences that will come along, and that's how it escalates, and that's how we got to the point where your book is being shut down. Some lawyer for the printer said, "Wait a minute, let's review everything we got because we're under a lot of heat right now." And then they saw the cover of your book and they said, "Well, we need a disclaimer on that." They didn't tell you that, but that's basically how you can get it, if you get it printed again for a second edition.
Well, I want the people who are your audience, your great audience, and I thank them all for being here. I want them to go to RhondaHandsome.com and leave a comment. Let me know, that you saw me on here with your co-host here, and let me know that you want to be on the waiting list for a coloring book or order. I think we have about 3 left now.
Wow, so it's 4 since last night, because last night you had 7.
Yeah. And I sent a text to Scott. I said I woke up and one person had ordered 2, and 2 separate people had ordered 1 copy individually. Yes, but they're great. And not only am I I'm the writer, so I'm saying it's great, but Scott's work is so beautiful. It's almost like you're getting an art book, but it's actually a coloring book, so that people can think about these things that have been going on in our society and actually be relaxed with their imagination and use a color pencil to try to escape the harshness of the world.
I have a question to ask. If I by chance can order one of these books and get one, can I get you and Scott to sign it for me? I'll mail it to you.
Absolutely.
I'll mail it to you. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm going to order.
Can you turn it around? Can you do the back of the book? Do you happen to have the back of the book? And there's a picture of Scott with me on there. If you could do that. But
I didn't send Matt that picture. I
okay.
apologize.
No, I actually should have it right here, right here with me. So that's negligent on my part. But if you order the book, you'll see the great color picture of me and Scott Williams, my great illustrator, on the back of the Politunatics coloring book for your mind.
Politunatics. That's a mouthful right there.
Yes, it is. It is a mouthful, and it's also, and I like that you said that, because I want people to understand that it is substance, that it is really substantial, that it is making statements about our society and how we are living these days.
Well, if nothing else, while you're in the concentration camps, you'll stay busy with your coloring book.
Absolutely, absolutely. I won't be there. I won't be there, but I think people really need to think about what is going on in our country, where the military is being deployed to practice their techniques and tactics against the citizenry. The citizenry.
So, Rod, just because it sounds like you think that there's a way out of this, and I don't. Because I have a lot of people in my life who are very much on that side of the ball, and they still are saying, "Yes, this is exactly what I voted for." Again, coming back to the Nazi thing, I was not a Jew. I didn't care because it came for the Jews. First, it came for the Jews. I didn't care. I'm not a Jew. So they see this as. Even I had somebody who has a Puerto Rican wife and a Puerto Rican child, and saying Bad Bunny needs to be deported because he's not American. Well, he's from Puerto Rico, well, same place your wife and your son have ties to.
Well, and there are people who don't even realize that it is America, Puerto Rico.
Right. But so the people are not coming off of this is exactly what I voted for. The brutality, when you see, people getting ripped away, parents being ripped away from children, that's exactly what they wanted. They're cheering on the brutality. So I'm not seeing any hope. And it sounds like you wouldn't do this if you weren't trying to inspire some hope. The book I'm talking about.
Absolutely, so, absolutely.
How do you have hope? That's what I want to know.
Well, actually, what I do is focus on keeping myself centered, because I understand that there is a lot going on in our society that is being manipulated from several levels above that I could not even be able to name. I mean, the people who are actually manipulating Trump, I wouldn't know them if I was sitting next to them on the 6th train, because they only travel in their private jet anyway. But the thing is that I have decided to not let myself be swayed and overwhelmed by everything that's going on, because they're coming at us with incidents, with propaganda like it's in a fire hose. It can be overwhelming. So the only way that I have hope is keeping myself centered and having interchanges with people like yourself, and making sure that I have like-minded people around me, so that I am able to stay balanced. Because the thing is, their mission is to have us so distracted, so disturbed, that they can do anything and everything, so that they can take naked children out of buildings, they can put grandmothers in zip ties, and they can say that having a coloring book is illegal.
Yeah. We'll just a couple more things before we should let you go here, because there are people who think that just because Donald Trump, let's say Donald Trump died tomorrow morning, that things would go back to normal. I don't think getting rid of, because you mentioned the people above him who are manipulating him, and he has also let the genie out of the bottle, the hatred genie, the brutality genie,
yes,
all that stuff. I don't think we're ever going back. The Republican Party has lost its way so far that I don't think there's a way back. Your take on that? Do you agree?
The Republican Party is gone. It's like a national association of the Trump cult, and if we have the opportunity to change things, I think it will take at least 2 decades to course correct. I mean, he is doing so much. I mean, just the firings. I mean, to gut the weather service, to gut FEMA, to gut healthcare. All of these things are going to take so long to correct, but also it is going to do generational damage. It's going to do generational damage, and I actually do feel it will be a 20-year. It will be 20 years to do a course.
And it's not just in our country, because they also gutted U.S. aid, which is going to cause thousands and thousands of children to die of starvation and other diseases that we were helping to combat. And because if we can keep Ebola in Africa or wherever, not just Africa, but if we can keep other diseases out of this country, we are safer. So if we can keep Ebola in check there, if we can keep AIDS in check there, if we can keep COVID in check there, it doesn't have to come here, but it will, because we're not keeping it checked abroad. See, Trump is an idiot, and here's Trump. He's staying afloat, barely staying afloat, because people are allowing him to. But he keeps enriching himself. And my goal, my hope, my dream is that he drowns, because he has put so much gold in his pockets that he can't stay afloat anymore. He just sinks. He just fucking sinks like a rat.
I'm surprised that's not already a parable about, or some kind of mythology or something about, like, narcissists who saw his own shadow and fell in the water and drowned. That or his own reflection. That should be the idea of a rich man with gold in his pockets drowning.
Well, Rhonda, you can clip this at 105 and you can send it to Scott and say, if he can make something of this, just give me a credit for the concept if he wants to do it. Because I'm not smart enough or talented enough to draw something like that.
I'm just gonna hear him saying I'm not smart enough over and over again.
Oh, you guys are great. You guys are really great.
Well, we appreciate it. Politics.com. Go to RhondaHandsome.com. Is the link in the description, TD?
You got to hurry up, because I ordered a book and she only had 3 left. So I think there's 2 left. And
you can pre-order while she's handling that second printing thing.
That's
right?
true.
So, yeah. All right, Rhonda, thank you for being here. Have a great day. And we appreciate you
so much. Enjoy your day.
And thank you for being such short notice. I mean, like I said,
my pleasure.
I was this close to calling in last night, and I thought to myself, I would be abusing our friendship if I called in and said, "Hi, no, I'm Rhonda Hanson's friend," and then she had 2 choices. She'd go like, "Yeah, I know that asshole," or she could go like, "I don't know who he is." Click.
No, and when I'm on, I want your audience to feel free to call in on Mondays to John Fugelsang Show, Tell Me Everything, because I'm on there every Monday night, #Handsome Monday, and I want them all to feel free to say that they are your friends, that you and your co-host are their friends, and that they heard me on your show, and that they're happy to be hearing John on Sirius XM.
Do me one favor and say to John, just answer Mind Dog's email. Just say that to John, if you would, because I've sent him at least 20 emails inviting him to be on the program.
Mind Dog, answer your Mind Dog email, and I'll get Matt Neesonoff to come on and share time and space.
Now Ron, just for the record, I did not invite you on just so we could exploit your connections. I really didn't invite you on because honestly,
I know people. I know.
No, honestly, I heard you talk about your book, and I know that in that format you couldn't donate the time, and I could hear it in your voice. I could hear it in your voice. You wanted to talk a little bit more about it, and I was like, okay, she's on his show. She's like, I mean, true, you're a regular guest, but it's still his show, and I could hear it in your voice. You wanted to talk, and I said, I'm going to reach out to Rhonda. She'll, and also while we were doing this, I'm pretty sure I just heard Elizabeth Croydon have an orgasm because of all the when we were talking about the executive orders.
Wait, what?
I think I heard her have an orgasm. She's like, I want to talk about executive orders too.
You must have different headphones than me or earbuds or something. I would love to hear
headphones. I use earbuds.
Well, did you record it? Because we could use that in the sound bites clips. All right. Rhonda, have a great day. Thank you for being part of this show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Good luck with the book.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rhonda. Love you.
Rhonda Handsome, folks. Go to RhondaHandsome.com. No D in handsome. It's like I had no D when I was. Well, that's all.
No, you had no game. You had D.
I also had no D. I have no D left. I lost my D. She got Elizabeth Croydon having it, and the Big O. The Big O.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she gets so hot when we talk about executive orders. That is her dirty talk. I mean, if you're ever alone with Elizabeth Croydon and you're trying to get her all wet and stuff, you go like, "I want to talk about executive orders," and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm almost there. Keep going."
No,
keep going.
If I'm ever alone with any woman and I want to get her all wet, I whip out my water gun. That's stupid. That was stupid of me.
See. That's the Italian in you, because us black guys just use our super soakers.
All right, super soaker. I am concerned about this NPS NSPM-7 thing, and it doesn't seem like the Democratic Party. And listen, I have to say this every time. I've never been a member of the Democratic Party, never been registered and I won't. I'm not fond of the Democratic Party, but they're the last hope of standing up against this stuff. And Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, they are asleep at the wheel, or just so impotent and just lost. Like, what do we even do? I know. I'll write a strongly worded letter.
This is my hypothesis. Schumer's just too fucking old. Okay, Schumer's just too fucking old, plain and simple. And Hakeem Jeffries, I think, has ambitions beyond what's going on here. So he's treading water. He's like saying, I want to be Speaker of the House. I want to be this. I want to be that. I have ambitions and goals beyond just being the minority party leader, in the House. I have ambitions and goals, and I don't want to give them something that they can just put around my neck and weigh me down. But I want to be active.
I don't know what he can do, but doing nothing and being silent.
Well, he's not being silent. That's for certain. He's not being silent. He's just not getting. I don't think he's getting. One of the things is that I don't think that he's capable politically to fight back against. Like I said, Trump just sucks up headlines all the time. Even when he wasn't president, he knew how to just suck people into talking about the shit that he wanted people to talk about. Jeffries does not have that skill or that connections, So I'll see him out there. But
okay, that's fine. I hear what you're saying. But if that's the case, and it probably is the case, then give Jamie Raskin the minority whip, whatever. Give it to Moskowitz, somebody who is getting airtime and speaking up like crazy and has a loud voice and not afraid to say your mama or your mother's a skank whore. I'm not saying.
But I don't think But I don't think Congress is going to vote for either one of us to lead because that's exactly what I would say. Well, actually, I wouldn't do the skank whore bit, but I do have choice words for those bastards.
Because you're afraid I would sue you?
You damn right. Because I know you have a trademark, a copyright, and a patent pending on skank whore mothers.
Wow. Yeah, so I don't know. Rhonda says she has hope by staying focused. How can
we have to have hope? That's just it. Well, those of us who want there to be an America tomorrow, you have to have hope. Otherwise, just stop fighting. Just give up. The thing is, everybody. Again, I keep saying this. Everybody can do something. Figure out what you can do and do it. Okay, that's just it. Because we all can't do the same things. I can't give a lot of money to a cause. I can't. I'm just about scrapped now, and my wife is already telling me, I can't buy condoms anymore, or not the condoms, the lube. I can't buy a lube anymore. I have to get out. Since we already have olive oil in the kitchen, we have to use that. I can't buy the KY anymore.
Hey, listen, that's the original, by the way. That's the way to go if you're gonna.
Yeah, but we got the extra virgin olive oil, so we're using that, and hopefully. But it's tough. Times are tough. So, my point is, everybody can do something. Find out what you can do and do it.
Well,
and do it hard. Do it till you're
everybody,
satisfied.
yeah, but all right, fine. Everybody can do something, but there are not enough people who can pick up a gun and go fight the military. That's a guy. We need people who can do that, because this is what's happening. The military is coming into cities and unabated, and the FBI and the CIA now, because of this National Protective Security whatever memorandum, is empowering the CIA and to work domestically, which they never could do before, and the FBI to go in without police okay and just arrest people without due process, because Trump says they're not American enough, or Trump says they're not Christian enough, or Trump says they're not whatever, they're not hot enough. Let's just erase, and there's none of it is being defined. It's wartime. It is wartime, and I could get arrested for even saying that. That sounds treasonous. But to fight for the America that you want here tomorrow, we've run out of legal options. We've run out of pacifist methods to hold on to.
And that's just it. I'm not saying that we have to be pacifists. I'm saying we have to be fucking smart, because we're not going to get a lot of shots at this. Okay, we're not going to. It's not like we can't aim and miss. Because if we aim and miss, then they're just going to regroup and they're going to find another loophole, another law, another zombie law, something else to use. Because we didn't take them out and say, okay, they tried this. Oh, okay, we just found this law from 1862 that okay, it was not meant for this purpose, but there's nothing to say that we can't use it for that. So we can't shoot and miss. We can't.
There's no reward for the "I told you so" points, and I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying this to the people on Twitter, the people like Joe from Jersey. She didn't play second base for the Mets. Not that Joe.
Damn it.
Joe from Jersey. She's a Joe Biden falater. And she still is. When I say that Joe Biden, and I said this while Joe Biden was in office, he needed to use the full power that the Supreme Court to get him to stop this from happening. Oh, you can't blame him. What was he supposed to do?
No,
Look where we are
be
now
blamed.
because he didn't.
Yes, he can be blamed, and there's so many things he didn't do that he should have done. And
yeah,
I mean,
fuck
it's
the
not
institutional man. Save the fucking country. That's
Right.
what he should have done.
I mean, to be honest, like I said, I wrote, like I said, I wrote this. I put it out there in the ethers. He should have resigned and made Kamala president, first of all, and he should have done that with like year three. Year three, he should have resigned and made her, so that we had a year of her being president, a year of people getting used to her being president, a year of people saying, okay, there's a black woman president, and guess what? The country's still fucking here. So that gets rid of all those phobias and shit. That's the first. The other thing he should have done was, again, and this is just me being petty. Okay, this is just me being petty. He should have gotten rid of Donald Trump's citizenship for the insurrection.
Yeah.
And even if he couldn't do it outright, he could at least challenged it.
That's why I brought up Barr and McConnell. McConnell could have approved the impeachment after January 6th.
Yes.
And that would have ended it. That would have ended it. So for him to come out and now and say, oh, this is all wrong. Well, when you had a chance to stop it, where were you? You were sucking his fucking orange dick.
And that's the other problem with people who have too much money or so much money or too much money. It's that they don't want to risk losing it because they have nice things. You know, you need people up there who don't have nice things, who want nice things and are being denied nice things because the people who have the nice things are keeping it away from us. Those are the people who need to be in charge because we will make things better for the rest of us. Fuck these people who are so rich already because they already have theirs. Most of them don't give a shit about us getting ours.
All right. I got to tell you, I'm not happy with Rhonda. I don't like being called your co-host there.
I saw that. I heard that.
4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times. It's like every time it's like, oh, ow, ow, oh, oh.
Actually, I only heard her say it once, but that was enough for me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
no, it hurt. It hurt. There's a dagger in my heart, but I'll get over it. You want to laugh?
Sure.
Elon Musk. You heard of him?
Second baseman.
Yeah.
Second baseman for the Negro Leagues.
Well, yeah, and that's why they didn't make the playoffs. The Negro Leagues never make the playoffs. He said he's on Bill Maher saying, "I consider myself a moderate."
Okay. Oh,
Moderate what?
Matt, I don't know if them's fighting words there or not.
You have not trained your staff well. My staff very well trained. Okay, I don't have a staff.
Well, that's right. Weren't you listening, Slaptail? His staff that hasn't worked for a while.
Right. Right. It's staffless. I'm staffless.
That's right. No D, no game, no staff.
Right. Yeah. You know, one of these days, I figured out that stand-up memories. I think that's Zin, the original Kumbaya guy. So here's what we do: we'll take a day off. We'll give Zin, Bear Love, Kyle Yankowski, and his partner there, the higher consciousness dude. We'll give them free reign to Kumbaya this show the fucking hell.
Do you think we'd be able to get the show back from them when we're?
Who cares? That's why I'm saying we do this on the 1,000th episode, and that's how we burn the house down. We burn the house, take a Bic lighter at the bottom of it and just burn it all down. Kumbaya, love, high consciousness, frequency, baby.
Okay.
I'm a moderate. I don't know about you.
I don't know what I am. I because like sometimes I get these. I guess I'm a solutionist, if that's such a thing.
Solutionist.
Yeah, solutionist.
I like it.
I just want to. I just when I
so
see
you practice solutionism.
Yes, I do, and to the great God salute. I bow down to the great God salute. So I'm a solutionist. I see a problem and I just want it fixed. I don't care if the solution is white, considered progressive or conservative. I just want it to fucking work and to work for as many people as possible, especially those who are underrepresented and under stress, under duress, underpaid, underappreciated.
Mike Johnson, this is the quote. We don't want. We said don't sit on your couch and play video games. By the way, also not a talking point. There was an AEI study. I don't know what AEI study. That I think one of the organizations that polled this, and most of these young men who are not working are sitting around literally playing video games all day. Get back to work. There's no jobs. There's no jobs that actually pay money. Or no jobs that actually.
Hey, Michael Johnson, how about fucking leading by example? Go back to work and do your fucking job.
Right.
How about that? Lead by example, you cunt.
Also, look at JD using the C word on the program. I like it. But don't sit on the couch because JD wants to fuck it.
Yeah.
So, they're a teenager. Like I got a grandson, and he is obsessed with being screen time and playing video games. But by the time I was his age, I was working full time and supporting myself. But I don't think there's a lot of 20-year-olds or 20-somethings who are not looking for work if they're broke and living in mom's house. There might be some. There's lazy bastards, but the majority of the population is looking. How can I get a real job? That's not just a scam. It's not just driving Uber stuff. It's not like there's no real job to be had. And this is the denial because Trump comes out every day. I don't know if you saw yesterday. It was like, great news for America in time for the holiday season. Jobs are up. Inflation is down. But all of that's a fucking lie. Jobs are harder to find. Real jobs are harder to find. Inflation is up. Everything is going towards the wrong direction. And I just wonder, how do people leave the supermarket having paid more for what they were getting under the Biden administration and say, yeah, he's right, prices are down, I'm paying more, but somehow prices are down. How do people walk away with a different reality than the one that just came out of their pocket? I just paid more, but somehow prices are less. It doesn't fucking make any difference. What is
the only thing that I know that is noticeably less, but it's still more than it used to be, are eggs. Because at one point, eggs did get to be like almost 10, at least in Maryland, almost $10 a dozen for jumbo eggs, and now they're down to like $5 a dozen. But they were $2 something a dozen before all this shit, before the bird flu hit.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, everything else is still way higher than it needs to be.
Why don't I get bird flu? I got chickens all over the place. Give me bird flu. Get rid of me. That's all I'm saying. See, Rada is talking about, and you hope. I hope. I would hope for a peaceful death, but I really, really am. I don't have hope for things getting better. And without hope for things getting better, all I could hope is there really is like some kind of peaceful reward after this life, and that it comes soon. I mean, it sounds morbid, it sounds fatalistic, but every day I sit, last night I'm sitting out on the lawn watching the blood moon, harvest moon, whatever you want to call it, and I'm thinking it was a beautiful night out, but I don't have any confidence that tomorrow is going to have another evening. And every day I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we're still here doing this, and that the FBI or CIA hasn't knocked down my door because I'm not fucking big enough. But at some point, when they run out of, I'm going to be big enough when they run out of the big people to arrest. They're going to come here and say, "You're not American enough. You're not Christian enough. You don't have enough hair."
There's something. I'm not fucking. I'm not afraid of them. Fuck them. If they
I'm not afraid of them either.
If
but
they want to come to my house on Long Island and arrest me, Jackie Martling, come, motherfucker. I'm waiting for you. No, because I, Jack Martling, am not afraid of you bastards. No.
You forgot to say and that's a good joke. That's a good joke. Now, I want to know how is he putting in applications? All these businesses. This is Slaptail saying this for people on the radio. Also, these businesses hiring, in quotes, have lazy as fuck HR departments that don't bother to reach out to applicants. I don't know. I don't believe that's true because I'm getting HR departments, and I'm not even putting in applications. I'm getting headhunters reach out to me literally all hours of the day, every day. I'm getting, and I'm certain that if there's 29 emails in my.
Matter of fact, I am getting requests from headhunters now. True, all the headlines, the captions are saying we are looking for talentless hacks and worthless assholes. Are you the one? Are you our man? Are you the one we're looking for? But yeah, so I'm even getting reached out to.
Here's one that just came in since the start of the show, and that generally more than one since the start of the show. But today, your past experience as a digital marketing supervisor makes you a great candidate for this job. It comes from Indeed. Like, I didn't apply for anything. They're just looking at resumes, I guess. And my resume is still on Indeed, and they're just like picking stuff out and saying, you know what, you should apply for this job. Now, it could be that if I do apply that job, they're never going to fucking get in touch with me.
No, but the headhunter will probably get $10 referral or whatever it is that they get. I don't know.
Yeah.
According to Sunshine says they're a scam.
And well, the Indeed stuff are not necessarily a scam. They're asking me to apply for a job, but it could be that, basically that once I apply, then I won't get an answer back and all that kind of stuff. That's where the laziness comes in. I don't know if it's laziness. That's all point. I think they are actively trying to seek the roles. They're not looking for old geeks like me. That's definitely sure. They're looking for young people. I saw one. Somebody said, "Oh, it was on Craigslist." I was on Craigslist in the gigs thing. It said, "Looking for people under 60." I was like, well, I thought that was illegal to actually put that, like ageism.
Well, it depends on what they want the job for. I mean, what if they're looking for people for drug testing and they know what it is, right? And the drug is already approved for people 60 and older, but they're looking to see if it works for people 59 and under.
Yeah, here you go. Here's another one from Indeed. Hi, Matt. Your multimedia and video production expertise could be a great match for this video specialist role at Spotlight Events Incorporated.
OnlyFans. Contact OnlyFans and ask for Michelle.
And then there's a listing of other jobs that they think I should apply for. Digital advertising marketer, blah, 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 blah. Beaver builder. Now, John, here's a job for you. Build yourself. Beaver builder, a website developer and designer. I don't even know what that is. And they think my past experience makes me a good
They've heard
candidate.
you talk about beavers a lot, so they probably thinking that you. It's probably a porn site. Is it any way related to Pornhub?
Hold on, let me read these comments by John. I'll go in order. All my comedian friends. That should be a song. All my
Both
comedian
of them.
friends.
Both of them.
All my comedian friends and young folks, constantly putting in apps, no responses, taking dozens of applications, some for my son when he was looking. And then this next one, yes, he hit up nonstop. He hit up?
I think he meant he hit up nonstop. I don't think he meant the I.
Oh, but these younger folks are trying to get jobs they qualify for. Not just well, how does Caroline Levitt? This is, how does Caroline Levitt get that fucking job as a White House spokesperson? She's obviously
Blowjobs still matter.
You think?
Yeah.
All right, fine. I think that's probably a legitimate, probably a reasonable assumption.
Actually, I think it's suction matters, but I don't know if it's. I don't know if they say blowjobs anymore. I think it's suction. I mean, in the Trump administration, I don't know what the technical term they're using for it.
All right. So Friday, I'm excited about Friday because Howard Bloom is a smart guy, and every time I talk to him, he makes me feel stupid. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the opportunity to feel stupid again. Last time he was here, because he has a unified theory of everything. Not everybody has it.
With the whole bagel thing, right?
The bagel thing.
Bagel thing.
I'm not sure if he's still on that bagel thing, but his latest book, because he does, he has some written about Einstein. He's written about God. He's written about Michael Jackson. But as a physicist, a guy who writes about that kind of stuff, they don't necessarily believe in the kind of God that the Rev talks to when he does his prayer thing. His book is the sexuality of the cosmos. Right. And this has got me confused. Like, what, the stars are fucking and
no, I mean, at least my understanding. Look, if I were to try to break it down with my what little common sense and knowledge I have about these matters, if everything is energy, and energy, in order for it to get anything done, is intertwining. It's not sexual. They're just using sex as a conduit, something that people understand. That's all. But
stop using sex as something. There was a song, maybe it was a Pat Benatar. No, there was a
sex is a
weapon. Sex as a weapon. No, there was stop using sex as a weapon or something. Or dementia is a terrible thing to waste. Yeah. So So
my understanding is when you get old, the dementia is the first thing that goes.
What was that? I forgot. All right. But I'm just so fucking burnt out on this stuff. I'm not sleeping, and I'm not like Rhonda. I can't just compartmentalize it and think, well, just find peace for myself. Yeah, you can get in that mode of ignoring stuff, but it's still there. Twitter, it's still yelling out right-wing shit constantly. Not right-wing. It's not right-wing. It's fascism. It's authoritarianism. It's fucking straight up Nazism. It's just 24/7. And if I'm not there arguing against it, then it gets louder. And then I can't sleep at night thinking this is where we're going. We are going to have, I'm going to be Anne Frank. I'll be hiding in your attic. And you probably have big wasps in your attic.
No, my attic is insect and animal free.
As of before this program today.
Well, yeah.
You haven't checked in the last hour and a half.
No, I haven't checked in about.
That's what I'm saying. By now, there's probably wasps that are the size of a bird, like a sparrow. That's what this fucking wasp was. And how am I supposed to sleep at night thinking that there could be a nest of wasps the size? It's one thing when they're small and you can swat them. They sting you once and ow, and you cry like a
Okay,
mommy,
well, this is
mommy.
what
And
you should do. Okay, go out and get yourself a little toy cicada and hang it on a string, like it's in the air. If you have any, if you have any of those cicada killer wasps, they're really hungry right now because there's no cicadas out there. They'll see the cicada and they'll go after it. You'll find the wasp, and then you can grab it by the balls and take it outside.
I don't know. I'm not grabbing it, but we went to walk the track last night and the night before.
Did you
And
leave track marks?
They have bags up for the cicadas and the wasps. They have like cicada traps and wasp traps all over by the high school there. So obviously there's a problem in the area. I didn't even know we had a cicada problem here. But so yeah, and they're trapping them. The wasps, though, I mean, these are fucking scary things. Like, this is like, imagine like a crow or a sparrow or something that could sting you endlessly like a wasp. But wasps are not like bees. They don't die when they sting you. They bite you and they keep fucking doing the venom over and over again. And they don't die.
They can take the stinger out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm scared. I'm living my life in fear. But this whole Nazism thing, there will be a day where I'm going to be Deanne Frank and not hardening your attic because you do have wasps up there. I know you do. But
well, in my neighborhood, they're probably wasp or they're wasp, white Anglo-Saxon Catholics.
Yeah. People are still yelling at Theo Vaughn and people for, I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he did this. He told you he was going to do this. Mikey, you remember Mikey, that fucking fat Nazi fuck, who singer from the Rockin' 45s. When I told him about Project 25, 2025, yeah, his response was like the canned response. Yeah, but who wrote it? I told him who wrote it.
People wrote it.
Yeah,
people who were in his administration in 2016, lost in 2020 because, oh no, this will not do.
Yeah.
Wrote it.
And I have the list of names of the people who wrote it, but it's a Democratic hoax. Like, no, everything is fake. Everything is fake as long as it implicates him in something. And with this Ghislaine Maxwell thing, he's going to pardon her, and they will. Somebody said, "Is he going to find an excuse for that, or will they finally blow up at him?" They'll find an excuse to say that's acceptable, like to. Yeah, well, we just need this whole thing to go away. We know whatever their excuse is going to be. He's pardoning her in exchange for saying he's not on the list that we know he's on. Everybody knows he's on the fucking list. Yeah, he's on. He's not just on the list. He was basically partners with Epstein. He was his best friend, cohort, and partner in crime. He even said that in that stupid little drawing letter that he wrote. Everybody needs a secret friend or some. Whatever he said in there about the secret partnership or whatever the fuck he said, but basically confessing to me and you, we love to fuck children, right? Yeah. Anyway, so I don't have any hope, and I'm not sleeping, and I think that sooner or later they're gonna knock down my door and with the brown shirts or whatever color shirts they'll be wearing this time, and take me away. And then I'd rather just die. What?
They're coming to take me away. Haha.
Oh, you are one of those, aren't you? You're one of these Dr. Demento heads.
No, I just like a good
song.
song.
No, that wasn't Dr. Demento, was it? It was somebody else.
No.
Who was it?
Was it Louis the 14th or something like that?
Something like that. Yes. But all right. So there's no fucking hope, and nothing you or Rhonda Handsome could say. I keep saying handsome. It's handsome. Nothing you could say can convince me that I should have hope. I hope to die. That's what they tell kids, right? They teach kids. I hope to die. Cross my heart and hope to die. That's what I'm doing. Hope to die.
Yeah, I think it's remove my heart and hope to die, but I don't.
Hope to die. Hope to die. Nothing's happening. See, even that doesn't work. You can hope to die, and there's no hope. There is no
hope is not a plan.
All right. So, 9 more shows to go.
Yeah.
And then what happens? What happens after that? Do we do 1,001, or do we just
1,000
say
more? 1,000 more.
I don't think so. I don't think I got 1,000 more left in me. I don't even think I got 100 more left in me. I don't even think I got another 9 more left in me. I'm not sure we're gonna make it to 1,000. But I don't know. What are we doing here? Oh, we're not fucking this Russ White guy. He's right, isn't he? Right? This Russ White guy.
I don't know the answer to that.
I think he was sent by the,
Oh yeah, the Undertaker. No, not the Undertaker.
I think all these people who are counting numbers. I would love it. Maybe I should do that. You think I should do that? You think I should do that? Yeah. Just display numbers. How about that? We just display numbers. That's not how I want to do it.
Would it be all the numbers like combined?
Well, I don't know. A lot of people don't have the ability to do what I'm about to do, right? Do they?
Which is what?
About to take off my pants and show you my cock. No.
Well, let me get my magnifying glass out then. Damn it! I didn't know this was going to be an eye exam.
No, it is going to be kind of an eye.
Okay, I'm ready.
Me see. All right. I'm just going to share numbers, and then most people would not do this. Share their numbers.
I went to Mr. Tung's open mic last night.
Wait, I'm just showing you numbers here. It says
I don't see them.
You don't see them?
Where am I supposed to be looking for them?
Oh, because they didn't come up on the screen? Well, yeah, here it is. Oh, they don't automatically do this now. That's a good thing that they don't always do this now. So if I come here, can you see those numbers in this box up here?
Barely. I can't tell that they're numbers. Like the first thing looks like an up arrow with a 26.752, but I don't know what it's for because the words aren't.
Yeah, that's 25 points. That's views gained in the last 7 days. So that's in the last 7 days we have 25,752 views. Monthly earnings $109 to $327. It's estimated monthly.
Okay, that wasn't. I saw that. I saw the $sign 109. I'm thinking minus what? But that's a dash.
Average video length is 88 minutes. I don't know where they get that because I put some shorts up and they balance that out with the 2.5 hour nonsense that we do here. 8 uploads a week, and then it says subscribers rank. I'm numbered 2.7 million. Now, if we go to Blind Mike Project and look at his numbers, I just want to see how we compare over there. Episode the Blind Mike Project. So if we look at his numbers here, we got. Stop this. Says views gained 37,000, so he got 10,000 more views in the last 7 days than we did. Estimated monthly earnings much more, $210 to $629. Average video length 38 minutes, and his subscriber rank he's much lower than us, 3.5 million. So he's almost 1 million lower than us, and one more upload per week. So he does more uploads per week than we do, not just his Sunday morning show. He's ranked almost 1 million lower than us on YouTube. So, but he makes more because he's got people giving him $100 a clip for
right.
So we could go down all these channels and do that next time somebody comes up with I'm just seeing. Yeah, you're just seeing YouTube numbers. You're not seeing all the radio numbers, the iHeart Radio numbers, all that kind of stuff. But he's sending people. I think he's sending people over here. Go count their numbers and report back to us. They're only on one platform, just on one platform. And I'm not trying to make excuses here or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just saying how futile this is to go talking about numbers because we're actually ranked 1 million higher. 1 million!
And here's the other thing. We have 2 different types of audiences that we're trying to attract.
Right.
He's doing the reaction negativity thing for the most part. Even though they're trying to put it in a positive, I guess, coat it with sugar, it's basically, I hate this. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. And we are more like, this is the dish. This is our issue. This is what's going on right now.
Also, we have guests
we
on.
tackle different things. We talk to authors, musicians.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're having got cooking books on from guys who who burned down Building 7 because they left the gas on.
Right.
You're not going to hear that any other place.
No, this is the only place where that was exposed. What actually happened to Building 7.
This is what I wrestle with. Like, what's our value proposition versus what's the value proposition of, like, who are these podcasts or Blind Mike or any of these kind of things? What's their value proposition? Their value proposition is, we'll give you something to hate on, and you can follow us in what we say is bad, so you can make fun of it or discredit it in any way you want. That's their value proposition. Ours is, maybe you'll learn something. Maybe I'll learn something in the process. Maybe we'll have a guest on that you might be compelled to actually buy their book or go see their film or go see them in a comedy club or any of this kind of stuff, rather than just waste a couple of hours here.
I think what they're, and I'm just going to mention Russell White because he's the one that keeps coming on and mentioning numbers. That would be like Russ going up to Michael Jordan and saying, "How many touchdowns have you scored today?" Because Russ is a football fan. I don't score touchdowns. I'm a basketball star. Okay. So he's and the thing is, and he's not. I don't want to say he's not smart enough, but let's just say he's not open enough to understand what he's doing and saying, because I've explained it to him twice already. Yeah. And so third time, I'm not going to explain it to him. I'm just going to ignore his fucking ass.
It's not even just that one guy, though. There've been
I'm just using him as an example because I can't remember the other names.
I'm pretty sure if we went to like a Sunday morning show and reviewed the live chat, that all those names would come up in there. That's where they're coming from. And playing that game is, you want to play that game, fine. None of us are Joe Rogan, and even Joe Rogan's not Joe Rogan anymore. Joe Rogan has been dethroned big time. His numbers have fallen off in a big way. And even though Rogan is another one of these guys, platform Trump, help him. There's no doubt helped him get elected, but he is finding fault in some of the things he's doing, but he's still not saying that maybe we should have went the other way. Well,
first of all, that means he had to admit that he was wrong.
Yes, I think Theo Von. No, he didn't really admit he was wrong.
No,
he was angry at them for using him in an advertisement and saying, "I'm not really down with this whole immigration policy." It's more subtle and more nuanced than that. No, it isn't. You either want fucking people dragged out, beaten up, ripped away from their children, or you don't.
Tied, abused, helicopters coming at your house in the middle of the fucking night.
Yeah.
I would like helicopters flying over my house. It could be news traffic, 9, and I don't want them flying over my house. I don't want them. And they could be, even if it's a medevac. If it's a medevac coming to my house, don't send the helicopter. I don't like the way they sound. They scare, and that's only because I've had problems with them in the past.
I got listen. I'm not a UFO. I'm not thinking UFOs are aliens, but I definitely think there are things out there flying around that are unidentified, whether military, private, commercial, corporate, whatever it is. We're getting a ton of them lately here. Like last night, I was out on the lawn.
Are you sure they aren't cicada killers?
They're not planes. They're not and not helicopters because they're shaped like that. The triangle thing with the lights all around the bottom of it, like typical alien UFOs. No, it's not aliens, but they are definitely that. And a lot of them are showing up like square or triangular with weird lights on them and all this kind of stuff. Sunshine says, "What can we do? What about the government?
It depends. See, I know it's a we thing, but it's also an individual thing because we all do not have the same talents. We all do not have the same skill sets. The same
stop with that. Stop with that.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
No, it's true that we don't all have the same talents, but you writing about it, that's your talent is writing. You're a prolific writer. That's not nobody. If nobody's reading it, or if the people are reading it,
so that's my point. That's what I was. If I can write about it, somebody else has to share it. Okay, it's not I mean,
sharing it with who? Sharing it with people who don't want. Or these people are immune to logic. The people who are supporting Donald Trump. This is absolutely true. I think you'll
share it
agree
with
with
people who want to do something but don't know what they can do. They want to do something but don't know what power they have. People who are sitting on the sidelines, because that's the biggest problem. The problem is there's more of us who want a better world than there are of those who want to destroy the world. The problem is the people who want to destroy things are getting less resistance. They're not getting resistance. We need people to get involved. So, and some of them are not involved because they don't know what they can do. That's why I'm saying everybody can do something. So if I'm limited to my being able to write and post videos, then yeah, like there's a guy, Cordes, Cordes. He's like constantly sharing the stuff that I do on TikTok, and saying to people, this guy's worth following. He's got something to say. He's funny and he's, relevant, stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that to toot my horn because there are other people who do more things, but since we're talking about someone like me who does not have the platform or the followers, yeah, share.
Yeah.
If you have money to give and you want to give money to a cause, ACLU or Black Lives Matter or whatever it is, use the money for that. If don't want to get involved politically, but you still want to help, and you have money to give, maybe homeless shelters, helping women in battered shelters who need attorneys, something. Everybody can do something, is my point, and it doesn't have to be inside the box. Think outside the box.
Everybody can do
if you're getting
something.
results, keep on doing it. If you're not getting results, either try harder or change your tactic.
Well, see this. I think you're being a little bit Pollyannish here,
I am.
or looking at the world with rose-colored glasses. Everybody can do something as long as the people in power let them do whatever they can do.
Because when I say everybody can do something, I'm being very literal. Okay, so if for example, I have not said if you're a sniper, but I'm not excluding them. If you can't, like I said, you can't be a bad sniper. If you're going to be a sniper, you can't just say, well, I took this one out. You have to know who's coming up next.
Yeah, but when you talk about everybody can do something, and your gift is writing, I think we established that, right? So you can write, but when they outlaw free speech, and that's pretty much done. And they don't allow you to write anymore. They don't allow you to publish.
They can't stop me from writing. That's what they can't stop me from writing. The most they could do is try to discredit me as a writer. And say, "Oh, he's a nut. He's a fruitcake."
It sounds like you're daring the brown shirt to come march in and get you. And I'm not sure.
No, I'm not daring them because that would make things very difficult for my wife. I know that's
they can as long as they're in power, they control the guns, they control the soldiers, they control the law enforcement. They can't stop you from doing just about anything they want to stop you from doing. Eventually, I mean, as well. The thing is, they haven't identified you as the problem
as an individual, but not as a group. That's just it. They really, and that's what they're afraid of. They are afraid that we as individuals will become the group that they fear the most. Right now, we're the group that they're trying to oppress, so that we don't become the group that they fear the most. They know our potential. That's why it's important to oppress us before we become a throng.
Midas Touch posts so much stuff that once you see something, you look for something from a few days ago and you're lost because you just an endless scroll to get what they were saying. They're putting their hopes in the basket of the generals who are in charge of the military need to go in and get Congress first, lock down Congress, and then go in with armed force and remove the president, vice president, speaker of the House, and saying this is you are guilty of treason and overthrowing the United States government and the Constitution that you swore an oath to. And we are this was their scenario, put in place a temporary CEO of Obama and Pence while we set up a legitimate election 6 months ago. We give Obama 3 months, Pence 3 months. Like, you guys are just pipe dreaming, grasping at straws. None of that's going to happen. First of all, the generals, if the minute one brings it up to another, they're guilty of treason, and they're going to be, ratted out, put away. This is why I have absolutely no hope. Absolutely no hope. All hail the mighty hand of oppression. That's right. You know what? I don't agree with this evil bastard on everything, but when I do agree, I drink that whatever beer that most interesting man in the world drinks. What is it? Dos Equis? Me and Ian are gonna have a Dos Equis.
I do not drink Dos Equis.
What is the most? What does he drink? That guy.
You said the most interesting man in the world. That would be me, and I drink a Molson Ice. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's Molson Ice or whatever's on sale.
Oh, I didn't know you were the most interesting man. What makes you so interesting?
I can't help it. I don't know if the hot was for me being.
No, there have to be elements within that. It's my.
Well, to be honest,
worst comedy special ever.
I'm not going to lie. It starts with the hair, and it ends up me having the worst comedy special.
No wonder I got nothing going.
Yeah, I do need to cut the hair down a little bit. I need to cut it back. It's past my nipples. I try not to let it grow past my nipples. Right. But the thing is, my nipples are getting lower all the time, so my hair. No.
All right, laugh while Nero fiddles and Rome burns. You just laugh.
Look, better Rome burns than my crotch. That's what I always say.
All I care about is I still got enough weed while the America burns down that I could light my joint off the America burning down and just keep smoking. This is what's happened to me. I've become an old fucking pothead. Look at me. I'm like Cheech and Chong without the Cheech or the Chong.
You were what Cheech and Chong would have become if they didn't have ambition and drive.
Or money. It's the money thing. If I were rich, like Tommy or Cheech, I'd have.
Weren't they potheads before they became rich? How did they become rich and be potheads? And same with Snoop Dogg.
Lou Adler gave them a shitload of money for just sitting in a room getting stoned and talking into a cassette recorder and turning that into albums they could sell. That's how they got rich. And that's not going to happen again ever in the state of the universe with somebody to just say, when you guys hang out stoned, you're kind of funny. Why don't we just record that, put it out, and people will buy it.
And that's the funny, because the last time I got stoned and I was entertaining people, everybody was laughing, and then the comedian and the humorist inside me goes like, you realize this is not really funny. We're just all fucked up, right? And so I didn't even write it down. I watch comedians go like, they get stoned and they write shit that they think is funny, and then they do it on stage and nobody laughs. And they're like, I wrote this down when I was high. Yeah. Like, that was your fucking mistake. You write it down when you're high, but you look at it when you're not. And understand what isn't funny about it.
Yeah. And where are the lawyers? That's what I mean. Obviously, lawyers need judges in courtrooms and stuff like this, and the Supreme Court is already in the bag for the administration. But you would think, some constitutional lawyers.
There was a case, like a hearing on Sunday. Judge Karen Immergut. She was the one that said that Trump could not reassign use the California National Guard in Oregon. Couldn't do that, and explained the legal precedent why he could not do that, but he did it anyway. So she had their attorney, Eric Hamilton, the assistant deputy attorney general for some bullshit Trump administration thing, she asked him, she goes, you're a lawyer. What is it about my decision didn't you understand? What makes you think that you could do this? Ignore this, and he had no answer. He said something like, well, I'm not a policy person. She goes, no, but you're a lawyer. You understand the law. She says, so what should you have done if you disagreed with my decision. What should you have done? You're a lawyer, and they skate around the law because they have a constitutional obligation to uphold the law, and so they have to look for these justifications to ignore the law. That's why I hate lawyers, especially the ones that are going against the things that the that the ones that are going out of the way to hurt people. I hate those lawyers. They should be.
I'm not a big lawyer fan, and like Rondo is here calling me a corporate shill, which I'm well, you shouldn't just jump to that conclusion. But I think the lawyers who have a great mouthpiece, like Mark Elias and people like that, they've gone silent in this time. Like they need to be shouting.
He's still on. He's on the air. I see him on television maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Mark Elias.
Television is for old people.
Well, but he's a lawyer. He's supposed to spend his time in court, but he comes on the news.
He should be on Twitter battling these fucking Nazis.
He could be on Twitter. I don't know because I don't follow him on. If he's on Twitter, I don't follow him.
They're all gone. All these guys are gone. They used to be loud. Even the Bulwark people. Now let's be clear. Bulwark people were the Lincoln Party people. They were Republicans who were never Trumpers, who now are seen as left-wing radical woke-tards or whatever they call libtards, woke libtards.
I don't think no, and I'm just going to put this out there, and I'm just using me as an example because I know me. When I started Facebook, I picked certain people as my friends, and then I had the option to follow them, and they had priority in my Facebook thing. So whatever Facebook decided to put out there, my 20 people were first, and then anything else Facebook wanted was like 21, 22, 23. That's not my followers. The people that I'm following, those are not the things I see first. I actually have to look for those people now. I mean, when I go on, it's like my default are not my followers. My default position is what we want you to see. So Bulwark could be out there, and the algorithm saying,
Jim Miller is out there. I don't see anybody else from Bulwark on it, and I follow them all, and I even go look for them. And then I said, well, they haven't posted in like months. What the hell's going on here? They're all going to Blue Sky. When there was a revolt on Twitter where a lot of people were going to Threads or Blue Sky or whatever they're on now. And then you go there and like people are posting there, but nobody's reading it. It's all like me. I'm posting and leaving and going back to Twitter and reading what the Nazis have to say. And that just gets me enraged and ready to fucking go out and do something stupid. It's not a good place. But
see, that's another place that we can start. Again, we know the Blue Sky is out there. We know there are a lot of people of like-mindedness on Blue Sky. We need to be more supportive of Blue Sky. I'm guilty of that as well.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't want to be in that echo chamber of everybody talking to everybody who already agrees with me.
Right now, but I'm not. But I'm just saying, being supportive of that as well. It's like it's like a BitChute. We tried to get help BitChute out so that they could be an alternative voice. But again, BitChute doesn't have all their ducks in a row. So we're trying to help them, and they're not helping themselves, it seems like.
I haven't even tried to stream the BitChute in a while. They just kept fucking it up. I don't know if they're still grabbing stuff off of YouTube automatically. I haven't been there to check it out. Talk for a minute while I look at this.
Okay, I'll talk for a minute. So,
BitChute.
Getting closer to the ground. I think
it's closer to the heart, isn't it? Oh,
yeah. That's man. If it wasn't so early in the morning, I'd try to hit that note for you because I can still hit it after 1.
Why am I still here after raps? Oh, so they are grabbing stuff off of YouTube and automatically posting it over there. Yesterday's show on BitChute, according to them, had 960 views. I think that's a lie. I mean, are you doing what Rumble does now? Are you just inflating numbers or putting fake numbers up? Why we have no fucking following.
Well, we can ask. I mean, we have we know the people that BitChute. We can call them and say, "Is this real?" Or explain us how you come about these numbers.
So yeah, remember PBMT was just lying and just putting out like they had like
Oh,
a WordPress ticker that just automatically put out high numbers, and we're trying to get people to believe in that. And then when I called them on it, they acted shocked. Oh, well, I don't know. Look at the code. You can look at the code of your website and see there's a WordPress plugin that randomly picks out numbers to show. Hey,
I need to. If you could remind me, if you remember the name of the guy who had the AI book thing. Remember his name?
yeah, no, I don't remember his name. That's
Okay, I have
fucked
to
up.
go back. I have to go
That's
back.
fucked up that we don't remember the guest who was
Yeah,
on.
because I have to go back because I really do want to utilize his service. To try it. I want to test it, and I keep. But
I'll find out for you in 1 second here. Let me see what his name was. His name was
of course it was. Why wouldn't it be that?
Doc. No. To Sleepy to the Supersonic, but it was Quilly attached. What was before Quilly attached? It was the day before Quilly attached. Damn. Was that all the way last week? Yeah, Taming AI. Wow. Wow, that was last week. I thought it was this week, but this is only Tuesday. This is how fucked up I am. What the hell's his name? Do I have his name in here? No, I just have that he's the founder and blah blah blah. He's the founder and blah 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 of Bloobity Blip. Alltales.com. What the fuck is the guy's name? I'm so sorry, Mr. Alltales. That show did okay. That show, it's got some decent numbers on that show. God, why don't I remember his name? I find out from his publishers. What was that guy's name who had on my show?
I don't know.
It's Ben Pooper Short Merch. Poopy. It's Ben Pooper Schartenmensch. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know what? Fuck me. Fuck me altogether. Fuck me straight to hell. Fuck me, Eddie. Is that going to get me banned from a platform?
No, it sounds. But it's funny. There's a. I'm sorry. I was reaching out. I was doing a favor for someone.
Oh,
damn it! No. Okay.
Do me a favor. Hey, do me a favor, okay?
Okay, what's that?
No, I don't have it. I'm just doing the neighborhood do me a favor, okay thing. That's what we do. Peyton Wilfie. That's what Peyton Wolfley. That's who.
Right.
What, you want his contact?
Sure, you can send it to me, or just put it out there for everybody to see.
I could just put it out there for everybody to see. No, I'm not doing that. I will send it to you. You're gonna have Ivy Supersonic on way past funny. Is that what you're gonna do?
No, she's not a comedian.
So,
remember, okay, what happened? See, what had happened was,
she
while she was on the air, John Beaver said he wanted her on his show, on his podcast. So, but you also copied her. You copied him in the email. Right. So I just let her know who John Beavers was.
Oh, so you're not going to do anything with that? You're not going to have her on, and let her just talk while you just go out for lunch?
No.
I got to go back and look at yesterday. I think the first 45 minutes was her answering the first question. I'm not exaggerating there either. I got to look at it. I mean, I was just looking at you like, is he still awake? And what was the question I even asked? Where is she? I mean, I like her. She's a nice person. But,
yep.
And inoculated with a stereo needle.
I put I did 2 shorts. I did 3 shorts from yesterday, but 2 with her in them, and she I didn't put them out at the same time. I staggered them. I'm taking a page from your book where I stagger the shorts.
Stagger.
Yeah.
Stagger Lee.
Yeah.
Stagger Lee. All right. So we sort of made it through Tuesday. I know we're a half hours, but I'm out of gas, man. Rhonda kind of got me in the beginning there too. She did a little a soliloquy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. She's trying to move the book, and she thought I was a corporate shill for trying to explain.
Well, now, and this is I'm kind of used to Rhonda the way she thinks sometimes, and so sometimes she grasps onto something before the full thought is developed, and that becomes to her the full thought.
Yeah.
So she wasn't hearing. She heard what you were saying, but not everything you were saying in a complete context.
Right.
So she was missing the context, and that you were actually on her. Actually, it's not even like you were on a side. You were saying, "Here's the information."
Yeah, and basically,
Here's
I
the
wanted
data.
her to be able to get it started printing the second printing today, rather than wait 6 months and have to go through all these channels to figure out what they need corrected. If you
Right.
can know what they need, what's bothering them today, then you can resolve all that. And so, but
Right.
you have a great day, Sunshine. Thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate you. You are a hero. That's why it says, "That's right, Sunshine." Just grab your whatever it says. Grab your grab your day. Grab a big pot of strong coffee.
Okay, I don't know who it says. IK Ben Poopin Schartenmensch.
Yeah.
I guess IK is I know. I know Ben Poopin Schartenmensch.
I know. Yeah, Rusk. Good morning, Rusk. Poopy. Rusk. Oh, I don't know, Rusk. Where you from, Rusk? Who sent you? Get off my train and all that kind of stuff. Who sent you, Rusk? Where you from? Identify. What part of the world are you from? You're from USA?
I don't know what the name like Poopin Schartenmensch. That sounds Scandinavian.
Poopin Schartenmensch. Well,
Mensch.
no, that's saying basically.
I think they just wanted to say Poopin Schartenmensch.
I wanted to fart. I shit, and I'm a mensch. That's what it. That's
a good guy. I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. I'm a mensch.
Yeah. Yeah. So what part of if you're still there, Rusk, who sent you? Where are you from? What was that? Now you made me forget what I was going to say. Are you happy? Are you happy with yourself?
Who is your overlord? To whom do you answer? Where is your allegiance?
So I'm panicking, and this is another reason why I can't. Somebody said last night, before you go to bed, put away all your worries. That's easy to say, but
right.
your brain doesn't stop worrying just because you just say, "Oh, take a deep breath." Whatever they say. No.
If I want to for me to get rid of my worries, I have to do the thing that they tell you not to do, which they tell you to not do. And that is I have to get my phone out and just go to YouTube or something and watch a video and that's how I get my brain to get off of the worries. But then my brain, if I fall asleep to YouTube or something, it feeds me the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and then it's in my brain. I'll have bad dreams.
Yeah.
So I try to watch. I try to watch my own stuff, at least. Yeah, literally my own stuff that I've created. That way, it doesn't. Sometimes it relaxes me. Sometimes I go like, "Oh, I should have fixed that." Well, first, I'm always going, "I should have fixed that. I should have fixed that. I should have fixed that. I should have fixed that." And then that just exhausts my brain for me going, "I should have fixed that."
There was on one of the things that I put out yesterday. There's a comment because it was a thing from Mo Gaudat, who used to run the tech division of the AI division of Google. He was one of the guys who helped create what is now Google VO. And the discussion was because the day before I had Stephen Schwartz on, who was from UC Berkeley, who was an AI professor for 30 years, and said AI is not really what it seems to be. It's all programmed at some level. It's just response to a programmed initiative or prompt or something like that.
Right.
And Mo says, no, that's not true, because he developed this thing that would play games against itself in AlphaGo, which is a popular Asian strategy game. And without only just giving it the rules of the game, the thing learned to beat champions of the game, like humans, and then went on to play itself and beat itself when it was the champion. And he said that it's learning on its own. That's true intelligence. And he said,
how can you
not,
beat yourself? Because that doesn't make sense.
That's like what you were talking about, playing chess against yourself. It's very
it's always a draw.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make sense. The fact
he's saying it's not even artificial intelligence; it's real intelligence. These machines are actually learning on its own. This is his platform, and somebody on this short, because that's what he was saying in the short. Somebody, Lucy Lang, says an encyclopedia is not intelligent. Who said it was?
I think she's comparing that program to an encyclopedia.
I don't know.
I guess
if it's playing against itself, Sunshine.
I think it's a bad analogy.
It made me like, what the fuck? And like, I don't want to argue with these people, but like, what did you hear that made you decide?
And here's the problem with commenting on social media. A lot of people see, and I blame comedy for this. When they say the fewer words the better, the fewer words the better, the fewer words the better. If you're telling a fucking joke, if you're trying to get a concept across, maybe the fewer words is not always better. Yeah. Sometimes it's just the right number of words, not fewer, not more, but the right number. And some people are just saying, encyclopedia is not. Okay, that's fine. But what is the full thought? Why did you come to the conclusion? Why did you get to the point where you thought encyclopedia was a good image?
Yeah, a little context would fucking help.
Right, yes. So it's not fewer words are better. It's the right number of words is best. Period. Not fewer, not more.
Not even the right number, the right words. Just fucking
yes. The right words in the right amount is yes, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say. The sheer fact that you had to drag it out of me. But that's it. We're having a conversation. I was trying to make a point, and it wasn't coming across very well to you. And you said, "Well, maybe this is what you're trying to say," and you're right.
Yeah. But
people are using that on social media because they're trying to be cute and short, but they're not being accurate with what they're trying to convey.
But now coming back to Mo, it's short that I put out from Mo was an interview I did with him 5 years ago, before AI was like the hip new toy that all the marketers were trying to sell, like ChatGPT and all. But his book was called Scary Smart, and it was a warning about where we're going to go with this stuff. And I have to say, in reviewing the interview, sounds like he was exactly prophetic on where we were headed with this stuff, because now AI is I don't know if you've seen this yet. AI is trying to replace teachers. AI University, you can go online and AI will be your teacher. And yeah, you're shaking your head. No, I agree. It's probably a bad thing, but it's being embraced by enough people that his book Scary Smart is turning out to be a horror movie come true. And like, the more we hear the warnings, the more we say, yeah, I don't care, I'll take it, I'll take the risk and just go along with it. Like,
humans are imperfect, and so human teachers are being perfect. But I'd rather, how should I put this? I'd rather have a teacher engage in a child, and even if they don't understand everything about that child, the fact that something in their gut says that child is being abused, or that that gut feeling, which a computer, AI is not going to know. Okay, they're not going to know. It may be at some point AI can pick up on stress in the voice, the twitches in the eye, or something like that. But no, AI is not a solution. It is a tool, and written by other tools who are imperfect.
Yeah, I think in education, I've always, and predates anything AI. I always thought that the the solution to a better education system is more teachers for less students. I mean, per student, the ratio of teacher per student. That idea, because it's really hard to concentrate on 32, 35 students at once and make sure they're all getting it, understand they're on the same page as you.
Right.
That's a big problem. Now they're
And
saying that AI,
and the
according
people
to
who write the budgets know that. They know that the more students per teacher, the worse. They
right.
know that.
But the proponents of AI teaching people will say, well, it's one-on-one then. It's you and that machine.
But it's not humanity. You're losing your humanity. And if we lose our humanity, then we're really fucked. Because the only reason why this world is going to have, the only reason this world has a chance is because we realize that we're all humans together and we reach out to each other and we help each other. The moment we stop connecting to each other as human beings, and then we're fucked.
Well, you're listening to little tidbits of the next greatest comedy special. That was a bit called "This Hope for Humanity." Boy, what a belly buster that one is.
Well, I'm working on it. It's going to be a 90-minute bit. I'm working on it. It's going to include pieces like "Hate is Expensive," which is a piece that I've worked on. It's very, very, very successful. Dylan is really loves that.
I'm a businessman, Tom. Blood is expensive. Come on.
I'm going to say Godfather.
Of course. Of course. I'm a businessman, Tom. Blood is expensive. Blood is a big expense. That's what he says. Blood is a big expense. The Turk says that. Well, they hit him with 6 shots and he's still alive. Well, it's bad luck for me and bad luck for you if you don't get that deal done. The Charlie Kirk thing is not going away. Not the
Charlie Kirk has gone away.
Charlie Kirk is the Charlie Kirk thing, the conspiracy theory. Valhalla BT, and I'm wondering what's going to happen. Like, how long can you just do conspiracy theory? And Valhalla BT, I wonder what he did before Charlie Kirk died, that he's got this big channel where he gets, I looked at his numbers yesterday. I think he gets like $10,000 a month from YouTube, besides all the other stuff, the sponsors and all that stuff. But what did he do before Charlie Kirk, and what's he going to do when this thing ever fades away? But every day he's on there with new stuff about, they found an autopsy report, and the autopsy report unequivocally says the FBI story is complete bullshit. It could not have, according to the autopsy, Charlie Kirk was hit from an angle down this way, a 9-degree angle this way, hit here, but you'd have to blow it through his teeth in order to get him here at C2, the C2 vertebrae in the back of the neck. So according to that autopsy, their claim that it was a 30-06 that hit him here, that was shot from that angle, couldn't be. The angle has to be different. The gun has to be different. And they're still not backing off the story. So the FBI is consciously sticking to a story that they know is false.
And I'm going to stick to the cheap Jewish space laser. I'm going to stick with that one.
But according to the autopsy, and this is where they're saying the bullet was found in his neck, and every ballistics expert, everybody who knows anything about a 30-06 says there is no way a neck bone stopped the 30-06 bullet but they're claiming they found the bullet. And he's saying, well, then it couldn't have been the gun they're claiming that it was. It couldn't have been a 30-06. It could have been a 22, which makes a lot of sense from a different angle. But
what about a 30-06 with half a load of tobacco? Not tobacco, gunpowder. Look, I don't know. Look, honestly, I have not seen not one report about any of the autopsies. And honestly, I just don't give a shit about Charlie Kirk. He's gone. Good riddance.
But do you give a shit about the FBI covering up a murder and pinning it on the wrong guy because it's
yeah. But I think that's his attorneys. His attorneys have to fight harder for that. Because I don't have the brain power to dedicate to,
Keep in mind, I hear what you're saying, but keep in mind his attorneys are appointed by the people who are also putting out this narrative. He's got a public defender Which is, and I don't know. You would think his father could come up with especially if he got that reward, could come up with
my thing is, even without that, they could set up a GoFundMe. One of those things like Trump had a GoFundMe for his attorneys. You know, Trump had, yeah. Well, he had donations. I'm using GoFundMe in a very general sense, like in raising money from the public.
Taking donation, for a guy who claims to be worth $10 billion.
Yeah, but he was doing,
and we know you're going to stiff your lawyers anyway, like you did with your best friend Rudy, who you stiffed him on his legal fees. So you're just taking that the grift.
Well, there was one attorney that he did pay, and that was because he couldn't get him any other way. He got a retainer. But everybody else was like, I'm not getting it. Literally, at one point, there was only one of his like 70 attorneys was actually had a retainer. Everybody else was like, are you going to pay us, boss? Yeah, but he was taking up. He had fundraisers and collections for pay his attorneys. But why not for the guy that took out Charlie? What's his name? Charlie Kirk. Or who allegedly took out Charlie Kirk. I can't remember his name. Was it Russell? His name
Tyler Robinson. But
Robinson.
The kid hasn't said anything. We haven't heard. At least even with Lee Harvey Oswald, I'm just a patsy. Kid hasn't said anything publicly. We don't know if.
Well, and you saw what happened to Oswald. He spoke publicly and they shot him publicly. He's trying to hide. He's like, I'm not making myself available if I can help it.
Now, before we get off the air here, we are going to get off the air here.
Yeah, because I'm starving. I am starving like I am so fucking.
Would you like a donut?
No, I have some chicken wings from last night.
You definitely don't want the donut I was going to give you anyway. You would be tripping your brains out.
No, I was at the Mr. Chung open mic last night, and I got chicken wings, and I have some left over.
You don't want to do that.
Don't want to do what? I love the Parmesan chicken wings the Parmesan chicken wings at.
Where do you think they got their wings from? Where do you think they got the chicken wings from?
Oh, I don't. I'm not asking.
I rolled it in the chicken poop, which is larger than a fucking wasp that looks like a bird, and then I sold it off to Pennsylvania. That's what I do. Oh yeah, Mr. It's Ian Italian, Mr. Bolognese sauce over here. It's chicken wings are my kind of breakfast. Yeah, they are definitely. I agree.
Yeah,
but not the hot wings. Not the hot wings.
This is Parmesan garlic Parmesan, which it's really good. It's so good.
Do you want to hear the last thing I want to talk about before we get off the air? I don't know. We'll save it for tomorrow. Well, 14 hours ago, that dude. Remember that dude?
Oh yeah, that dude. I remember that dude.
Remember that dude? The dude. No, this is the dude who was threatening to expose Mike Johnson's Grindr stuff.
Right. He had to go. He needed help.
He put out a long list of.
They're coming after me. They keep me out. Help me.
He put out a long list of screenshots of supposed text conversations on Grindr between Mike Johnson and dudes. And it's pretty damning. If you believe they're real, and how do you verify whether they're real? But this guy is totally like dick hungry, cum starved. He makes Lindsey Graham look like Mr. Hetero. It's
okay, but how does he make Tim Scott look? Does he make Tim Scott?
What happened to Tim Scott? Did he just bury himself? Did he go in?
The last public appearance I saw of him was back when Trump was trying to make the Fed chair look bad, and he's saying, "This is how much money is being spent on this," and the Fed chair looks and goes, "No, this is like 4 different projects combined. That's not the money for this project here." And Tim Scott was like, "Can I lick your ass any harder, boss?" That's the last time I saw him.
Here's a little snippet of a conversation. I'm not going to go through all these, but Johnson saying to a guy from his profile pics, "What luxurious hair you have." The guy says, "Thank you. I would return the favor in giving you a compliment, but I don't know what you look like." Apparently, he doesn't have a profile picture up there. He's saying he's trying to be discreet. Are you in town for a couple of days visiting DC? Yes, I am. Offering me a tour. I can give you one. I have a few contacts. We can go to Dabney for dinner and then back to my place, and I can blow your brains out while pulling on that.
That sounds like an
hair.
assassination attempt.
That's
that's what happened to Lincoln.
He said,
Lincoln was probably
while pulling on that luxurious hair, and the guy says, "Oh, straightforward. I see." Laugh out loud, especially from a man who won't show his face. He said, "I'm very discreet. I have reasons for being very discreet. You will see that once you see who I am."
See, because I know, look, there were rumors that Lincoln was gay. I don't know if he was or not, but I'm sure if he got this letter from this say a guy named John Wilkes Booth, and Booth says, "Meet me at the Ford Theater. I'll blow your brains out." And Lincoln's like, "All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Come on, sneak up behind me."
Yeah, he goes like, "I'll come from behind you and I'll grab your hair and I'll blow your brains out." And Lincoln's going like, "All right, yes, good." And then that's what happened. And Lincoln's go like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. I want to see all of them. I mean, they're buried in this video, so you have to kind of scroll through and stop it and all this stuff. I want the whole list, and so we can judge if it's just like because anybody could put together like in Photoshop and
that sounds like a song. I want the whole list in my
because your
hand.
list is on my tits. Your
List
tits is
in
on my list.
hand.
Your tits is on my list of the. It's a Hall & Oates song because your tits is on my list.
I thought it was lips.
No, it's Kiss.
I thought
your kiss is on my list.
I thought your tits are on my lips.
No, your kiss is on my list of the best things in life.
No, I disagree. I think it's tits and lips. I mean, we're talking about best thing in life, okay? Tits and lips, not no.
I gotta straighten out my mustache. You're right, my face is on crooked. That's better. If I didn't walk around through life like this to keep my mustache straight. All right. We should end this stuff. Tomorrow, Chad O. What does Chad O do? He's a writer.
Okay.
He probably won't be here. He probably won't show up, right? These writers, they don't.
I ordered my copy of Rhonda Hanson's book.
Wow. Instagram is like 45 minutes delayed on this thing. I'm still showing
did
you.
Did you try to up thing it like because this happens to me too. I'll look and something be like literally that far behind. I have to swipe it to get it caught up or something.
Oops. I forgot to end it over there and just went off it. Now what happens? Does it just stay in perpetuity?
I don't know the answer to that.
All right. Let's get off the air. Let's get done with this. We'll talk to Chad O maybe tomorrow if Chad O shows up. Thanks for bringing Rhonda Hanson, who your co-host there. That's going to stick with me for a while. I'm going to
be. Look, at least it's better than what Rosemary said. You're on my show.
It's similar to what
Rosemary. Now we know what happened to Rosemary. Matt offed her ass. She didn't just die. He went to go see her, and she got disappeared. People, do not say that Matt is a co-host. Do not say that Matt is on my show. You're putting your life at risk. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
You know what? If you're 104 years old, like that, Rosemary wasn't 104, but she was up there.
She could have made it to 105 if she had not said. So you're the guy that's on GD's show,
right? Yeah, I kind of miss Rosemary because she was a good fan. I'll be there on Halloween. Now, before we get off the air, this is something because there's so much that stresses me out. But Halloween, I'm not a guy who ever put on costumes. Like since I was like 5, 6 years old, like I'm not playing that fucking game. And even when we with the band, when we played on Halloween was always a great night to be performing with the band. Mikey would wear a gorilla costume. Other guys would wear. I come as me because I'm ugly enough anyway. But Halloween at a nursing home, I feel like I'm obligated to do something. I asked my wife, and she's bringing up all these fucking costumes. I'm like, no, I want to keep a hat, a mask. That's all I want. I'm not going to put on a big fucking mascot thing and try to play guitar on it.
Yeah. I have. It's funny. I don't do Halloween either, but I have like maybe a dozen masks downstairs, and I don't even do Halloween. Some of the masks I just bought because they were cool.
Yeah, a mask would be good, and I would do it for the first song because you have to sing through it anyway. But I don't want to put on like she was giving. I forget what she told me. Like an outfit. And I was like, no, I'm not putting on fucking costumes here and all this heavy clothes. I got to play guitar. And even if I didn't have to play guitar, I'd make an excuse for not putting on a fucking costume.
Yeah.
I'm just not a costume guy. I'm funny enough looking as it is. Don't you think I'm funny enough looking as it is?
I wouldn't say funny. I was thinking terrified.
Stupid?
I was going to say scary.
Stupid. Is stupid a good enough
I was
word?
going to say, if I was a child and I came to your door with a bag of candy, looking for candy, and you opened the door, I'd go in front of you screaming down the street, saying, "Ma, it is after me. It is after me." And talking about the clown. It lives there.
The supermarket, Stop and Shop, Rocky
Pennywise. That's his name. Pennywise is at the door.
There is the point where the Halloween candy was. It looks like an abandoned factory. I was there yesterday. Fucking cleared out, like they were like it was a moving sale or something. There, I've never seen that before in a supermarket. Where they
Saturday, my wife and I were in the supermarket, and they were already putting in Christmas stuff.
That's probably what they were getting ready to do.
Fucking Christmas stuff.
I bet you if I go back there today, there's Christmas stuff in that section. That's a good. You know what? And I fuck that. They'll skip right over. They're gonna skip right over Thanksgiving too. I mean,
they skipped over fucking Halloween. Halloween's not even here yet.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The Christmas stuff is in. They're putting up Christmas shit.
But that blood moon. Let me tell you, that blood moon was something. Harvest moon. It's a harvest moon, but it was red. So it's a red harvest. A blood moon.
Mine wasn't red here. When it was lower in the sky, it was kind of orangey. But once it got higher in the sky, it was very bright white.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So I caught it when it was low, and then I did catch it when it was high, and it was white. So when we went to walk the track. All right, let's get out of here. Tomorrow, Chado. Until then, come on. Don't forget to turn on your radio. That's right.
Mannequin pussy.
Walk around nappy. What you wanna do, baby? It's on you, baby. Walk around nappy. Turn on the radio. Gotta walk around, man. Who the hell are you? Walk around nappy. Don't worry. No matter what. Don't worry. Give me what you want.
me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.